Welcome in, everyone. We got two things. We got Legacy, and Brian has his hat.
I got my hat. That's all we need.
And apparently, like, last time I didn't wear a hat, people were like, what? Kyra, where's your hat? And I didn't even know that I was, like, known for wearing a hat.
It's like
so,
a staple.
I have a hat. It's right here. It's right there. You can see it.
You can. Well, they can't feel it. I can.
You cannot feel it, but it's a hat. All right. Well, let's see what's going on here. Or no, we're watching. Yeah, this is the one we're watching.
Yep, we found some spice in the room. I walked up and Bryce's cousin was like, "Hey, take a look at this." Shows me Legacy Affinity with soul lands and everything. Mm-hmm. But apparently,
it's a deck.
It won a 1K recently.
I've actually seen people play it before.
Yeah, the thing is there's so much speed and power, especially with the Legacy soul lands and all that. Like, I mean, it's just Affinity with the extra Legacy pieces that you can't get in Modern.
I think it's hilarious because the deck plays Chalice. Like, it plays a ton of 0-drops, and it plays a lot of 2-drops.
And Walking Ballista, which makes me a fan. And so I'm putting you on camera. Exactly, no 1-drops. So I told him I'm putting you on camera, and he was matched up against Tim, and I'm like, well, this just works out. We just get to see Spice Deck versus Spice Deck.
Spicy v Spice.
And then on the backup camera, we have...
they were told they can start, right?
They were told they can start.
I hope so.
I believe so. I think Tim is just finishing up, making sure he deboards and everything. And on the backup camera, it's Josh on Miracles versus Fergie on Infect. So a good friend of some of our other players.
Awesome.
And you can just tell him that he's the Fergalicious definition, make them boys go loco.
You could tell him that.
You could tell him that.
I don't know why you would, but you definitely could.
It is a possibility these days. So we received some tokens from Jorgensen today.
We did. What?
Yeah, they showed up today.
Did we ever get Siggy's?
We're still looking for it. I had Jaden on the project today. It might have shown up, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Siggy, you got to tell us.
So wait, who is this again?
Fergie. Ferrgy. Ferrgy.
Okay. Ferrgy?
Let me see what Paul typed it in as. I mean, his name's Justin, but everyone calls him Fergie. Fergy.
I was gonna say 2 R's just seems weird.
I just don't like spelling.
Infect, huh?
He's on Infect apparently.
I don't see that deck a whole lot.
All right. I can't remember what the total number was today.
Look at this. Look at this start, Brian. We've got a Seat of Synod.
There we go.
And then he's got an Opal and a Vault Scourge.
Yep.
Legacy. That's a thing that's going on right now.
I mean, Tim has probably a Lightning Bolt in hand right now. Tim's deck is unfortunately very well geared up for this matchup because of like the number of Kolaghan's commands that he has.
Kolaghan's commands, Lightning Bolts,
he's like,
Fatal Pushes.
This says destroy target lands. He's like, I didn't know I sideboarded in Stone Rains.
Oh, yep, they're there.
I mean, main deck Stone Rains.
That's a thing. That's a thing that you have. So,
well, there's no red now, so it's obviously not a Lightning Bolt first.
Nope, not quite.
Could be a Fatal Push.
It's not necessarily something that needs to have. Like, he doesn't need to kill this Vault Scourge now.
No, it's true.
Okay, he's got a Cabal Therapy.
What an interesting start here, but it allows us to see Chris's hand quick. Arrgh! We have a captain.
Oh yeah,
that's
Captain's
right,
in the house.
Is it not new? Yeah, let's see how many players there.
It's to you.
Okay.
Yeah. This way a little bit.
Yep. Yarg.
Whoops.
Don't delete that much.
I didn't mean to.
It's Tim. And then ask him for the number of players. Oh, okay. So we saw a Thoughtcast, a Glimmer Void, and...
It's a Walking Ballista.
A Walking Ballista. So is he getting a Ballista for 2 right here?
Yes. Ballista on 2, City of Traders. Ooh.
I don't know, I kind of like the Thoughtcast. Only costs you, what, 2 mana? City of Traders is not bad here.
No, it's quite strong. And having the Opal really does give him everything he needs. There's not a whole lot of a reason to need more land from this point.
Yeah, only if a wasteland or something comes down and he really needs to get in there and
Right.
react to it.
Tim's deck doesn't play wasteland though.
That's right. That is right.
It's
a little hard when you really need all those colors.
Yeah, so it's a little closer to a control list, like where his deck is mana hungry. He wants to be able to cast Vile Smasher, right? And Jace. Yep. Yes, Legacy Affinity Battlesai.
Exactly.
Yes.
Look, we found it, and we brought it on camera just for you. We wanted you to see the spice, to taste it just right with your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Most people taste with their eyes. That's what I hear.
I mean, my boys. There you go. You're right. Someone was asking me today, on a sort of note, I was just noticing that Noah playing Rug tonight. I believe so.
Is he here?
I didn't see him when I came back, but what's his name? Tyler had said that some people just showed up, so it might be the case.
We'll see.
I'm looking at this and I'm seeing Batosai as a subscriber, and I'm like, oh, someone asked me today if they could purchase a really beat up Tundra. I'm like, I have one, but it's for our subscribers.
So you should probably jump in.
Yeah, so pay $5 and join the questionably legal raffle that we're running.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a murderous cut. This can target Walking Ballista, and 2 damage will go to Tim's face. But still, this gets rid of a lot.
It effectively takes a mana away,
yes.
Takes a creature off the board. It's just really rough.
Vault Scourge is not a threat. It's a threat once Cranial Plating's in play.
Yeah.
Like, so he deals with Walking Ballista. Yes, Thoughtcast is going to happen. 2 cards will be drawn.
Oh no! I can divination for 1 blue mana.
Right, but there's not really a lot of threats on this board.
Nope. I mean, so right now there's 4 power on the board, and I don't think Tim's super worried. Like we said, he has Kolaghan's Command.
Right. And especially if he has it right here, he just gets to go pew pew, kill both creatures. Thoughtcast, yeah.
Thoughtcast. I'm loving all of your signed lands in Tim's deck.
Thank you.
It looks actually very spoopy.
Thanks. It's kind of funny because this deck that Tim's playing,
it's mostly your deck.
It's mostly my deck. When you or let's put it this way, money wise, it's basically just mine. But like card wise, I own about 50% of it.
Yeah. It's because you own the entire mana base.
Yeah.
That makes
like
he
owns like all the ponders and the logic knots and the
like the cool stuff about the deck. Spice.
like the interesting cards like the Vile Smashers. Like I don't have those. And he came to me and he's like, "Can you help me?" And I was like, I can help out.
Yeah, we can put this together.
Well, you know how much Legacy I play.
I mean, online
on Paper Magic. Yeah.
Okay, you have 2 decks in the room right now.
I do.
Your next fit is in the hands of someone else.
I actually have, like, not using all those cards, I can actually build Pogs. Which I think I'm going to build just because, like, why not have 3 decks?
Yeah.
Let's get people playing some interesting things in Legacy.
Yeah, well, and that's what it is. Like, we've got 2 interesting decks on the table right now. Nyx Fit's an interesting deck to see, and Pox is another interesting deck that taxes the format in the right ways. Like, I have said so many times how much I dislike it.
Yeah.
But it's because when I ran into it a couple of times, it was like dream crushes on tournaments, and I'm just like, why? And so,
well, it's not that it's a bad deck. What's bad about it is its draws. Its draws are just nasty.
It can't go long very well.
Right. But there are a lot of decks that just beat it.
Yeah.
So it's not like a busted deck, but it's a lot of fun to play.
But it's a tax. It's pretty good the way it is. Now, so Ponder from Tim, and he sees a port, and he's like, maybe I cast this.
I think he probably should have, unless he's holding a lightning bolt. But the thing is if he had a lightning bolt, I think you just want to kill this.
I Foundry Inspector?
Foundry Inspector.
Yeah, you want to main face it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is a vintage all-star right there.
Yeah, the card's incredible.
It is amazing. Well, I mean, you
have Mishra's Factory.
You cast it for 1 with Mishra's Factory. You tap 1 land, and then the next turn you get to tap a Mishra's Factory and cast another one, and then another one.
Right.
Off the same Mishra's Factory.
Easy.
And you're just like, huh, yeah, this is fair magic.
What's incredible, though, is that if Tim has a Kulligan's Command, and he decides to cast it and like kill a couple creatures, Mox gets turned off.
Yeah, immediately.
Kulligan's Command is just so powerful. I don't know how many Kulligan's Command are in Tim's main, but I would assume at least 1.
I think it's 2.
I hope it's 2.
I think it's 2.
So
I also hope it's 2 because it's really good in this matchup because I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, Murderous Cut's back. I don't know why it disappeared.
Yeah, so here's a Walking Ballista on 2. Yeah, so he's going to force pitch.
Probably
Logic Knot.
I like that.
Logic Knot does prevent something like Cranial Plating from coming down, but I still think like you need to address the board right now. And in this matchup, you typically only want to address the board. Wow, yeah. See, Foundry Inspector just needed to die.
And that is probably a Bryce Felt Altar right there.
Probably.
Yeah, with Foundry Inspector not going, I really want to see Tim draw Kulligan's Command. That doesn't look like a Kulligan's Command.
No, not so much.
It is a creature that will help a little bit, but not when you have a Steel Overseer on the other side of the board.
No, he does have a copy of Cabal Therapy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, he gets to strip the hand. Okay.
Which I think is fine here.
So he gets an Elemental.
What do you think he names first? Maybe Cranial Plating?
Oh. Okay.
Hey, look, there's Tezzeret.
So he actually gets to... Oh, where did the... Oh, he got rid of the other Cabal Therapy to delve. So...
To play his Murderous Cut.
He is going to flash it back, sacking the Elemental, getting another Elemental, and naming Tezzeret.
I mean, I think that's right.
Absolutely.
Leaving a Tezzeret in their hand is like, oh, we're doing scary things.
Yeah, this Steel Overseer is just extremely terrifying. I would even say that Tim should probably double block this Foundry Inspector.
I would agree, unless this is some sort of pump creature.
No,
but it's a Hangerback Walker for 3.
Not looking good for Tim. Not looking good at all.
And we even saw the City of Traders go. He's like, you've been good enough.
Yep.
Everyone gets a counter. Oh, goodness. Hangerback Walker plus Steel Overseer. That's just his bonkers.
Yeah, Tim didn't find the removal portion of his deck. Affinity does what Affinity does.
Affinity does what Affinity does. Swings for 2 in the air with lifelink.
Chip away, chip away. Should be a 6, yeah. There you go.
There we go. And I think it was very smart of Chris here not to attack.
I agree.
Because he saw the double block potential.
Yeah, he's like, next turn I can make these guys bigger.
Yeah, what an outplay.
No, not an urgent thing to do, you know?
No, he's got so much strength on this board. I mean, he's two turns away if Tim blocks.
We know that Chris has nothing in hand. So what it's like what is Tim gonna do to
draw
to build bolt back, right?
Draw a lightning bolt and get rid of this.
Look, there's the Glimmer Void again.
Why aren't we using this portent? Maybe he's got. I mean, he's holding onto that Logic Knot for something, but it's not like Chris really needs to add to this board.
No, I probably would have portent a turn or two ago.
Just try and
get something,
yeah.
You know? Not a lot is going to get him out of this.
I mean, like, if he's leaving up the red to represent the lightning bolt and didn't have it, like, Chris has kind of said, oh, you don't have it. I'm going to keep going now. What did we draw, Chris?
Wait, is that card good with Hangerback Walker?
No. What are you talking about? It's not like in a vintage staple or anything. I feel like I'm watching vintage on one side of the table and very not vintage on the other.
Unvintage?
Unvintage.
Alright, Steel Overseer is going to tap, put a bunch of +1/+1 counter on things. We've got a 3/3 Vault Scourge, a 5/4 Boundary Inspector, and a 5/5 Hangerback Walker. You're just going to take 3 and chump.
I mean, I feel like Chris doesn't have to go for it here.
I think you do anyway.
I mean, I think you do anyways, which is obviously what he's saying right now.
All right.
He needs some.
So this happens. I get 5. I get
Thopters
5 Thopters.
No, the Thopters are right here.
Oh yeah, get those out to him. Good plan.
Especially since we have them, right?
Right.
They're so good.
I mean, this game is going to end, but at least get them out there.
If he's going to be on camera more tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to have to grab some more Thopters. Thopter-woppies.
All right, so Tim scoops it up. All right, we'll take a look at our backup match, which looks like it has just started. What? Josh is not on Blue-White Miracles.
Uh-oh.
What is he doing? Is this Tess?
I mean, he's got chrome boxes. What's going on? I think Tess is as good a guess as any.
Ponderous Brainstorms, Polluted Delta, Chrome Mox?
Ooh.
He's playing Storm. What is Josh doing?
He's probably borrowing this from Corey. Hey, how is Chris's deck doing? Bryce, he's up 1-0 against him right now. Blue Belcher? It could be Blue Belcher. Jay winner with the soul read.
Definitely Tess. 100%.
Yeah, there was an LED in there. Well, I mean, we're not playing vintage on every camera today.
No.
Blue Belcher.
So far all we've seen, and I assume this is game 2.
I'm gonna assume it's game 2 as well.
I'm not sure who won game 1, but had to have been Josh actually.
Yeah, looks like
yeah. So Josh, it looks like Josh won game 1 just due to who is.
Corey said he'd switch with Josh for a day. It
that's
doesn't
awesome.
surprise me.
But Corey plays like a million different decks. Like every time he plays something different. So like when you say you're going to switch with Corey, who knows what you're about to get?
That's funny. I picked up his deck and I saw a signed Sword Splashers, like a signed Japanese Sword Splashers, which that can only be Josh's because he's the only one that has them right now.
Yeah.
And I like didn't even think twice about it, but now you mentioned, I'm like, oh my goodness, he's totally playing Miracles. I thought he was on Soldier Stompy or something. That's hilarious. And he's playing against Larry round 1, which is just mind blowing.
Okay.
Well, Fergie doesn't have a super strong start for Infect. Normally, you'd want to see a Glycerol for something on 1,
right?
Because Tess versus Infect just seems super one-sided. Like they're both super fast combos.
Oh, Josh chose Storm. Well, he in the charity event we did. Josh played Blue Red Storm in Modern.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if he's trying to like expand.
I think he's just trying to change it up. I think he wants to be able to show off his prowess with more than just one deck.
Yes.
And
he doesn't want to just be a one deck master. He wants to be a master at it all. Master of all trades.
And every once in a while your deck gets stale and you want to try something else. But like there's always the tried and true. Like I don't see him leaving Miracles.
No.
Like when Top was banned, he went to like Death and Taxes for a little while and did a couple things and then went back to Miracles.
Yeah, he's like nope.
So no, this is great. Let me just do silly things. Well,
all right. Taxium Probe sees a ton of counter magic.
So 2 forces, a daze, a spell pierce. What are the other 2? There's a Gataxian Probe, and then
2 forces,
missed that middle card.
What, this one?
Some sort of blue something.
I don't know what
Maybe
it is
it's
either.
green Noxious Revival. I can't really tell from here.
I see. Yeah, Spell Pierce, Cataxium Probe, Daze, 2 Forces, Unknown. I'm not sure what the other card is. Maybe somebody in chat knows.
Watch. As you say...
Oh, it's Invigorate. It's Invigorate.
Oh, Invigorate, okay. HC Fox will show up and be like, it's obviously this card that no one's heard of.
Obviously.
I'm so excited for him to come down here and be with us for the 1K this Saturday.
I am absolutely psyched.
That man is a hilarious bundle of joy.
Yeah. Definitely Invigorate.
I'm excited to meet Jorgensen in person.
Yeah, I have.
I wish Captain QC was coming, so like I could put a face with like the cat lying on him and him not being able to get up and making fun of John Dan
and Bryce all the time. Yeah,
I just want to see that in person. Where you captain the ship through the Epic Storm. We didn't play Epic Storm. We played Ad Nauseam Tendrils.
Yeah, it was bad.
But yes, you did captain the ship. Also, I want to try it again. But definitely for the Symposium with Shay standing right behind me. And they're just piloting it.
Thank you.
I don't want to do it myself.
Yeah, don't make me be there.
That was rough. Those were rough seas.
Yeah, rough seas. All right,
some of them were even underground.
Not a whole lot has happened. But let's get back to our main feature match. Looks like we're just getting started. We've got a Cabal Therapy.
What do you think he's going to name on number one?
I named Steel Overseer. That card is incredibly scary.
It is incredibly scary. We had to make the goblins walk the plank down into Davy Jones' locker. It's true.
4 lands.
Ancient Tomb, See the Synod. Can't quite see the
Mishra's Factory. I don't see the other one. I think it might be a second Mishra's Factory.
It's possible there.
And then there's a Tezzeret, a Whip Flare.
It is a second Mishra's Factory, and yeah,
Whip Flare.
What a hand!
No 1-drops.
I mean, that kind of hurts pretty much every blue deck in the format quite a bit. Nope, and he's going to say Force Pitch Snapcaster. I'm not going to deal with no 1-drops here.
Yes, Mikey. It does stand for the Epic Storm.
Yep. Test stands for the Epic Storm.
How do you enter that twice? How'd you do that?
Well, he says
does,
okay. And then test.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought it repeated, and I was like, why did it do that?
Yeah, but the way you have it titled is the Epic Storm. It's just like Paragon City Games.
Oh, I do. You're right. I need to change that.
Yeah. He just can't handle
Or like semicolon Storm.
He wants you semicolon.
I wanted to say Storm, just in case, maybe somebody doesn't know what Tess is. That's why I did that.
So everyone in chat knows we're justifying ourselves. But the board state has evolved quite quickly. There is now a 1/1 that's kind of hard. Now there's 2 1/1s that are kind of hard to deal with.
Remember the card that I would have named?
Yeah, that one. That he drew after the Cabal Therapy.
Pull up Mishra's Factory, activate.
Goodness. Pain, suffering. I have a 3/3. Let me attack your 2/1. Goodness. Tim's at 2 cards in hand, and he has a 2/1.
Can I just say?
And Chris is like, nope. What do you just want to say?
I love seeing Tezzeret in this deck.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Thunderous Wrath. Kill a Steel Overseer, please.
You can't kill
That's a land.
Yeah. It's a land with a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, good.
Good plan.
Good job, Tim.
Kill the other one too while you're
somehow.
At it.
Please have a lightning bolt in hand.
I want to see a game 3, okay? I always root for the game 3.
I love game 3s. Well, I love sideboarded games because it really shows your prowess in the format. Sideboarding is the hardest thing in Legacy of all the formats, right? Mm-hmm. Like Standard, you have like maybe 5 or 6 different cards in your sideboard. In Modern, it's maybe like 7 or 8. In Legacy, it's like 14 different cards in your sideboard. And so it really matters like how well you built your sideboards, how well you know your deck, how well you know the matchup that you're playing, what you have to sideboard into and stuff. I love sideboarded games.
Yeah.
Then you can see one-ofs.
You can see all the spicy
like
one-ofs.
Disempower.
What the?
It's Disenchant that puts it on top of your library.
Sure.
It's in Manifest Destiny. No, it's you can then manifest, like someone targets your 12/12, your Phyrexian Dreadnought, you put it on top with Disempower,
Yep,
and manifest it.
that's a thing you can do.
Yeah, I'm channeling HC Fox here because he's not here yet.
Okay, so Foundry Inspector,
Goodness.
activate Steel Overseer. I think it's hilarious that I called the right card name.
Well, the thing is he drew it the next 2 turns afterwards.
Yeah.
So like
the
Cabal Therapy
is... Would I have missed? Maybe it would have missed. Okay, all right.
Let me just time walk. I'm gonna let you finish, but first, let me just time walk. Temporal Mastery. There we go.
Temporal Mastery comes off the top.
See, we are playing vintage.
Yep. There's only one more Miracles card in his entire deck. It's just another Thunderous Wrath.
Did he only go down to 3 Miracle cards?
Yeah, he has 3.
I think that's fine. I think having the 1 Temporal Mastery is good enough.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too bad this Temporal Mastery isn't really doing more for the board state, though. I wish it was pushing us a little further ahead, because it looks like Tim just drew a Force of Will. And I'm not sure what the other card is. But he's got plenty of red mana. Chris is playing a few cards short in an optimal build tonight as well. Well, tell us what cards he's playing short.
Yeah, now I'm curious. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what an optimal build of Legacy Affinity is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, there's Vile Smasher. There is the namesake.
Okay. So Tim's actually got himself into a pretty good position. As long as he can continue casting like cantrips and just getting a couple elementals, like 1 to 2 elementals a turn, he may very well be able to win this game.
Yeah, and it looks like Chris hasn't seen any of his other colors of mana to play this Whip Flare or this, what's his name?
Tezzeret.
Yeah,
and not only that, but look how much damage he's dealt to himself with Ancient Tomb.
It's true. Now Chris is thinking, what do I activate? Do I spend the 8 mana, or spend the 2 life to get the mana to activate both Mishra's Factories and push through for a nearly lethal attack? But if he does that, then he's leaving himself open. So we've noted he has at least 1 City Traders, but yeah, there might be a couple of these missing. Most of the Soul End decks don't really need all 4 of each of them. They usually play a total of 6 between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look. When I looked through it looked pretty solid. I really liked the Hangerback Walker plan and all that stuff. So, activating that. We're playing a Thoughtcast. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, exactly. I like that. I like the activation there. He still has a land drop for the turn if he wants to do it.
Looks like he's headed that way.
Hopefully. We'll put something else out. Okay, another Seated Synod.
Another Thoughtcast.
Okay. Well, I mean, it turned into just a cycle. 1, 2.
Pay 2 life. Go down to 8.
Yeah. If this is a Ravager, I think that's game ending. Steel Overseer.
Oh, that's a card.
But a very nice one. MC Mikey, exactly. Okay.
And
Aller is a little.
There's also a Hangerback Walker on 1.
Good.
This is a lot happening.
1 there. Goes up to 2 on Hangerback Walker. He's got a great amount of blockers, and now he just kind of forces jump blocks.
So I think you're just blocking the Mishra's Factory this turn.
I believe. I mean,
or
they're
it
both
doesn't really
dealing
matter.
5 damage.
You're taking 5, probably.
The only question is if you potentially double block the Foundry Inspector or triple block the Mishra's Factory.
I don't think you can afford to anymore. I think he's on the plan of, like find a Thunderous Wrath, or the last Miracle card. He could. I'm trying to think.
Try and set up a Force of Will play.
A Force of Will play that actually like 5 damage plus.
But Chris just needs to know to play around this Vile Smasher and say, hey, I'm not going to give you any opportunities to play spells on my turn. Or have Tim not draw a blue spell of any kind.
Right. Is that what we know he's in his hand, that Force of Will?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure that's what he drew. Yeah, okay. Throws away the token.
Taking 5.
Yep. I think that's a strong enough play. He just passed the 10.
You can find the 10.
He keeps going right past it. Chris is like, let me show you.
Here's where the 10 is.
Dibs. Well, I didn't flip that one straight down on the table, but it looks like it's on a blue card. Tim is trying to be a Trixie Hobbs. Hey, Jorgensen, good evening. We got the chips in. They just arrived today.
All right, what have we got? What have we got?
Brainstorm?
Is this this is a
portent.
Okay.
Nice. That's right. Okay, portent. We gotta do to deal a damage to you. So damage is not useful anywhere else.
Nope.
Okay, what does he see? Brainstorm?
Land?
No, I think the top one's Vial Smasher. Just a little tilted too high for us.
Okay.
Both the people who won them actually wanted them.
So Vial Smasher does 3. So think of it this way. Let's say he takes the Brainstorm and he's able to counter something here and block with Young Pyro and I don't know, he can if he's able to counter something this turn and blocking with the Elemental and the Young Pyro is enough, then he may be able to cast Vial Smasher this next turn to deal the less amount of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, does he have the Force of Will?
Yeah, there's a Force of Will right there. Force of Will blue card. You can't let this resolve. Especially when you have a Vial Smasher here and you can put him at 2. You can't let that resolve. You know that that's game ending.
Okay, so Force of Will, going to 9. 5 your face, get an Elemental. So this is exactly what I'm saying. Is Chris plays this pre-combat, okay?
Uh-huh.
And now there are 2 Elementals, and now he top decks Vial Smasher. Please tell me he set it up so he top decked Vial Smasher.
I think that's the case, because that would just win it. I mean, Chris just has to activate his factory and swing out, right? And
is 3 blockers going to be good enough to live? It should be.
That's true. He can't swing out here. This is a tough position. That Ravager was, I mean, him going to play that makes a lot of sense. It's going to probably give us the game 3 that we were asking for, but him playing it the way that he did was not incredibly wrong, because the Ravager just says, oh, you left one unblocked, you lose.
Yeah, it would end the game on the spot.
Yep. And you don't necessarily expect exactly Force of Will blue card.
No.
Even when your opponent's setting it up, I think it's right. What's Chris's best line? How much damage max can he get through?
I think he needs to pull up both Mishra's Factory and attack with everything.
You can't pull up both. He's at 2. Ancient Tomb is the only land that can pull up both of them.
Oh, you're right.
So he can pull up one of the Mishra's Factories with his seat and swing with Mishra's Factory Foundry Inspector again, but that goes right into the 2 1/1s. And if there's any spell that's worth 2 or more on top of the deck, Tim just wins it.
I just hope that Tim realized that, hey, I know this is a legendary creature, but
this trigger goes on the stack.
This trigger will go on the stack and it'll end the game.
I think he does.
I'm sure hoping so.
Most decent legacy players here probably see that interaction.
Yes. So Chris is trying to figure out if he's got a win. We know he has a Whip Flare. He has one other thing.
FC Reaper. Hello.
Yeah, welcome in, Cody.
Now there's one card we don't know. I don't think it's anything game winning.
I don't think so either.
I mean, I think Chris at this point is trying to say, okay, how do I lose? And it's not like he doesn't have time to think through all these lines.
Yes.
They're, pretty handily in the round.
Yep, bringing up Mishra's factory.
Okay. Yep, that is the line that I said. Okay, this is a little further than I was expecting.
Yep, he just needs to block 3 of these.
I think he's trying to get Tim to make a bad block and lose the Vial Smasher. That's kind of like all you can hope for at this point, right?
Yes.
Because you know you're dead essentially next turn regardless, unless he's got like land on top. I mean, Tim's going to jump with his Pyromancer if he set it up right. 10.
He needs to jump with his
14.
Pyro.
He's got 16 power coming in now, and it can go up to 20 power. That's a lot of. There's a lot of power on the board.
That's 1, maybe 2 powers.
Yeah, you're right. Powers of 3. Powers of 5.
Yeah, he takes his Vial Smasher and he goes, "This isn't blocking."
He's like, "This is gonna stay
Yep.
home."
Chump the big thing. Chump the big thing. We're gonna let the Hangerback Blocker get through for like 3 damage. I think that's the correct thing for him to do. Don't think the blocks matter too much here.
He pretty much goes down to 1, but it goes down to 1 if you lose it like this. I almost think you attack with the last Overseer and make him
block more.
Yeah.
Yep. Blocks like this. This tells me that Tim's got the win on top of the deck. He goes, all right, I'm taking 2. No activation of the Steel Overseer. That's interesting.
Yep. Taps for 1. Plays a Hangerback Walker. That's fine. I mean, it means that Tim doesn't have a good crackback. He doesn't just win off of that. Let's see him just slam down a Vial Smasher.
What does he have? What did he put there?
Come on, Tim.
Is he slow rolling him?
You're killing us. Snapcaster Mage.
Okay.
Oh,
love the slow roll there.
Oh man. He's like going through. Okay, okay, we're good. He was tapped out. I mean, all Chris had to do is just in response tap his.
The other match is over.
Yeah, Josh won.
Infect versus Test. Is it surprising at all that match is over?
Well, I'm surprised that Josh won through Force of Will, Daze, Spell Pierce, Cataxian Probe, blue card.
You know what's interesting though is like, so I have a friend who has Infect built, and it never really dawned on me that Infect plays more counter magic than most decks.
Yeah, you some Delver decks.
I think it has definitely more than Delver decks, but I think it has more than Miracles as well.
Because you play 4 of Daze, like 2 or 3 Spell Pierce, Flusterstorm, and 4 Force of Will. That's
The rest of your cards are Infectors and Pumps.
Yeah. It's literally a combo and ways to protect the combo.
Yep.
Look, I got you a Reese's Cup.
Oh, you were so good to me.
You're right.
All I wanted was a Reese's Cup, guys.
So glad.
That's all I wanted.
I'm here to change Kyre's life. You know,
you definitely have.
We're putting him through a 36 hours of streaming this weekend.
Yes.
All for you guys.
Actually more. So, this is like literally my schedule starting Friday.
Okay.
I'm going to wake up. I'm going to come here and probably stream from 11ish or noonish till 6. Okay.
Okay.
And then
take an hour for dinner.
And then I'm going to go and eat some things. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to stream 3 rounds of Legacy with Matt.
Yep.
Right? Then I'm going to go home and then I'm going to wake up. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to stream all day with Bryce doing the Legacy Symposium. Okay?
The 1K.
Going to get done. I'm going to sleep some hours and then I'm going to be one of the biggest contributors to the 24-hour stream. I'm going to be sitting in this spot.
I'll definitely be here for the last 9 hours or so. but I won't be able to put in too much more than that. I've got some other obligations in the middle of the day.
That is just fine. We'll have lots of things going on.
And I can actually announce Ben Friedman is going to be joining us this weekend.
That is awesome.
He is the big name pro that I've been able to convince to come out here and spell sling and kiss babies and stuff on Friday.
Oh, that is adorable.
Be a part of the 1K, and he'll actually help out with some of the streams. So you can be like, hey, teach us Grixis Delver. Because that's like the deck he knows how to play.
Cool.
I mean, he knows how to play a lot of things.
Let's be real.
But going through Grixis Delver, I'm sure picking his brain on Legacy, I mean, that's what it's for, but specifically that. And he wants to prep for that for Santa Clara anyway, so it's like win-win for
He's going to be the Legacy player?
On his team? I'm not sure if he is. I think he was planning to be with Jim Davis and someone else. We'll just have to follow up and ask him.
Cool.
It might be him and Andre Strotsky and someone else, or I'm not sure.
Jorgensen says,
Slacker.
I sleep a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep, all the time. Kyer literally never works or anything.
No.
He's my laziest employee.
So
Not even
lazy.
close to true. I think Jaden only has you beaten hours just because that's who Jaden is.
Yeah.
But I think you do the most hours beside him.
I definitely do.
Yep.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I counted my hours like a couple weeks in a row, especially when I was working on the counter. I was working over 60 hours a week here,
yeah, that's insane.
and I just love it. Like I love being here. So
well, as soon as you're one of the highest paid content producers in Magic, I'll make sure that most of that money goes to you.
Aw.
So it's up to you, Jorgensen, to make sure Kyer's the highest paid. Oh, we almost saw what he had. There were definitely Mishra's factories in there.
To be the highest paid Magic content producer, I'm gonna need a couple more subs.
Just a couple.
Like one or two.
I mean, like the professor makes like 15,000 a month.
What?
Just from Patreon.
Really?
Or something like that. I know Marshall Sutcliffe makes easily 5 digits a month.
Yeah, Jorgensen, I need to stop playing silly decks if I want to 5-0.
Yeah,
you have to understand that like the reason we don't have 5-0s in Legacy is because we keep toying with like crap.
We're playing Nick's Fit and all those things.
Yeah.
I need to get Food Chain to another 5-0. Like I have my Food Chain list online, but I need to get another one up there.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's kind of like a hidden deck still. But in the Spice Corner that we got the blue-red stasis from this week in Legacy.
Yeah, I played 2 rounds of it today and just like lost and
it's a tough deck.
I did not even spot like a spot where I could have done something better. Okay, so turn 1, look at this. Vault, Opal, Diamond.
Yep, dropping the Glimmer Void. Hey, I can just produce as much mana as I want.
And that was his mulligan.
Yeah, I think
like,
he mulliganed before.
He mulliganed into Oblivion here.
Jeez. Well, no matter what he pulls off the top, pretty much he can cast.
Jorgensen says the secret is to get 5-0s with the silly decks. Oh, it's almost like I've done that before.
Yeah, it's true.
That's our only Legacy trophy, though.
What I was saying, Food Chain was 6th place in the most recent Leaving a Legacy, whatever that tournament was based off of. I think it was the Nebraska War in Europe. And then the Beijing Classic, they give away about $10,000 in prizes. I know the person who organizes it every year. His name is Wang Haobo. He actually ended up taking 6th place or 8th place with Angel Stompy.
Angel Stompy.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I hope he's at Santa Clara so I can talk to him. Otherwise, I'll find him at Seattle and be like, "Dude, I saw you on this thing. Like, you played Angel Stompy. You let me down." He's the reason I play Food Chain.
All right,
3 minute turn 1, and then a 1/1 Walking Bliss turn 2.
Yeah, pretty underwhelming, but at least he has the mana to play his top decks.
Yeah, I mean he's impacting the board right now, and like Tim had a portent, but he's not got anything out yet.
Yep, and Tim just passes the turn.
I mean, a 1/1 can get there. I've seen weirder things.
Lightning Bolt. Seems
Joke's on you, I still deal 1 to you.
I think I would have taken that. Okay. Nothing came down. Never mind, it's fine.
It's probably a Tezzeret, and he's like, if only. Either Tezzeret with 3 artifacts in play. Seems pretty decent.
It's another volcanic island.
No black sources. Oh, he fetched twice.
Oh, yeah, fetched twice. Okay.
There we go.
Getting an Underground Sea and a Volk. Got a Vial Smasher? Alright, here it is.
Well,
here it is, kids.
So much for mulliganing to 4.
There's
What a
City
land
Traders.
draw.
Okay. No more lands, Chris says.
Look, it was a Tezzeret. I was
Oh
right.
my
I totally
goodness.
called it.
Gonna make it 5/5.
A 5/5 Mox Diamond.
He needs to kill this.
Or counter it if you can, yeah.
Like, if he has Force of Will, he should just slam it here.
Tezzeret just says lol 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 lol.
He's
gonna
going to
look
plus.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Find another artifact. I mean, Vile Smasher just kills it next turn, right? But this allows Chris to kind of draw and reset. You think he does a 5/5 though? You think that's the stronger play here?
He can. Well, okay. Think of it this way: he makes a 5/5, then at least he has something that can present damage
And stop the Vile Smasher attacking.
Yeah. And if he doesn't kill Tezzeret, then a second 5/5 gets on the board. That's terrifying.
It is. Absolutely. Although
And
getting
now,
a Hangerback Walker off of it is also.
Yeah, but this goes to his hand, and now Tim can attack Tezzeret for 2. If he has another Lightning Bolt, he can just Lightning Bolt. If he has a Snapcaster, he can just finish off Tezzeret.
Yep.
He's not scared of this Hangerback Walker at all.
No. I think that's absolutely correct.
Attack Tezzeret.
Yep. You got attack test for 2. There you go.
I mean, heck, play Portent. Redirect. Next turn, play Brainstorm.
Where is
Redirect.
the 1 damage from Vile Smasher going? 1 to you. Okay.
See, I would want to deal at least 1 damage to this Tezzeret.
Maybe he has a Snapcaster at upkeep or something.
He does have a Snapcaster in hand, so maybe that's the plan.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking
It's just
Snapcaster.
let's Lightning Bolt. Well,
Let's
I
Lightning
would have
Bolt
put the
you.
1 damage on. Like, the Lightning Bolt would be better going to face, wouldn't it? It's fine.
I'm surprised.
Whatever.
Let's see. He's pausing before his draw step. Okay, there we go. Yep.
Snapcaster.
2 to Tezzy.
Nope. You may not know about the redirection thing. Yeah, he's just going to Lightning Bolt Tezzeret. It gets it off the board. He missed out on a damage,
8
right?
point of damage, yeah.
I don't think that's something that's going to be relevant this match.
I don't think it's going to be super relevant. Although Hangerback Walker, where X equals 2 is not terrible. Did he draw for his turn? Does he only have 1 card in hand?
He has 2.
Okay.
That'd be awkward.
That'd be super awkward.
I need something. Don't draw. All right. Chalice on 1 comes down. So Tim's probably not all that upset about this.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that he has a Thunderous Wrath in hand and now he can't brainstorm it to put it back on top. Yeah, we'll see where this goes.
Yep. Well, the thing is Tim can still get 1 point of damage off of his Vile Smasher.
Yep, probably just attack with both creatures, I would think. Not a large reason to keep the Snapcaster around. Tap. Yep, he's... Yeah, it gets countered. Yeah, so one damage does come across. But this is a mistake on Tim's part. Chalice just got cast and he's like, all right, let's brainstorm. Reaches for his deck like, like yeah, I got this brainstorm.
And with Vile Smasher, I think he should have done the damage to the Hangerback Walker.
I can't deal with damage to a creature.
Is it just playing?
Yeah, Vile Smasher.
Yeah,
Vile Smasher's just an opponent.
Okay. See, I thought it was. Thinking of other cards.
Interesting. So Tim attacks for 4, and he doesn't block Snapcaster. He just takes it.
Maybe he wants to get more 1/1s.
Yeah. That's the way that it looks. 12 life, though, this is... I would think over the next couple turns, Tim can find 12 mana cost worth of cards. A Logic Knot would be not all that far from lethal. This is a Diabolic Edict? He probably... Okay, so I understand why this happened, right? He brings in Diabolic Edict because he really just wants to get as many creatures as he can off the board. It doesn't work quite as well as he would like, just due to something like Hangerback Walker being there, but it is dealing 2 damage. It is making the Thopters, which is much... He'd much rather see Thopters on the board than something that could potentially kill Vial Smasher. This is turn 0, huh?
Turn 0 of turns.
Yep.
Have they gone to turns now?
Yeah.
Wow,
I believe so. We started quite timely today.
Yeah, we did.
Usually we start like a half an hour late.
Was it really that bad?
Yeah.
It's super good. Well, there's Surgical Extraction.
Yeah. So it still deals the damage. All right, Here comes Vial Smasher and Snapcaster Mage.
I mean, you block the Snapcaster with a Thopter.
Clearly. I could definitely understand if he doesn't want to block the Vial Smasher. 2 damage will come through.
Yeah, 2 damage. I don't think 2 damage worries you too much here.
No, definitely not. Chris draws his card, just shrugs, and looks like he's saying some words. I'm not sure what he has to say. But we'll go to turn 2 of turns. 2 mana is being tapped. This looks like maybe a switch for Azcanta. Alright. Attack for 2 with Vial Smasher. That'll deal... Oh, okay. He's blocking. This is a young Pyromancer, so that's going to deal 2 damage to Chris. This is turn 3. Alright. What has Chris got? 3 mana... Boundary Inspector. Okay. And I bet Tim's kicking himself for not playing faster during this game. Because he definitely could have had it. I'm not sure.
Can he not get through here? What has he got? He has a Thunderous Wrath.
I know he has a
That
Thunderous
costs
Wrath.
5 or 6. Hey, Ibrahim TV. What's up?
What's up? Yep, so he had a Scalding Tarn. Attack with Young Pyro, he says.
Thunderous Wrath is 6.
1 mana off Thunderous Wrath.
Turn 5, and it goes to a draw. Oh, man.
It's possible that Chris could just concede there. We'll see. I'm sure we'll find out what actually ended up happening. If I were Chris, I'd probably just be like, yeah, you got it. Like, it's fine. But
I mean, at the end of a 4-round tournament, it doesn't matter too much here. You know, if you're in the 1K on Saturday, you definitely pick up the pace of play, make sure things are going. If you need extra time, you get a judge and ask for it and do all those things. But
yeah. All right, so that's gonna wrap up round 1. Still haven't heard what happened with Josh and Fergie's match. But
I'm gonna assume Josh got it.
I'm assuming the same thing. We know he got game 1, and the match ended so fast that that's what I'm gonna assume as well. Well, cool. 1 round down, 3 to go. Brian's probably sitting here going, "Wait a minute, 3 rounds to go. That's weird. That's not how it works.
It should be 4. We're playing a Legacy League, right? Which one of us do you love? Or do you just love us, the collective us? Or Paragon City, the City of Heroes?
The City of Heroes.
Maybe Ibrahim TV just loves me.
Maybe. And I would.
That's how it is. We've been having fun. We've been having a fun day. You have been streaming already for 6 hours today. You guys should go back and watch it. There is some fun and interesting magic that happens. Like, they play Standard in Cube.
Yeah. Okay, so really, really fun. So this weekend my brother came over pretty late, and he's like, we should cube. And I'm like, pretty tired, but we could cube. So we did. We played over the weekend. We played 5 cubes, which is a ton. And
they were all those cubes. They got very good.
Okay, and then today on stream we played 2 more cubes, right? So we've done 7 total.
Yes.
We have made the finals of all 7.
Didn't you? Oh no, the last one that you drafted.
We made the finals of all 7 of them. We got 3 trophies out of the 7. So 4 2-in-1s and 3 3-0s. That's with my brother and I.
Pretty good.
Like, that's, let's see, 7 times 3.
Feels
21.
like a Nate backpack to me.
So in 21 matches, we lost 4 of them. We went 17-4. 2 matches.
Yeah.
All right.
So Josh is Joshua here.
Yeah, Joshua versus. Yeah. Okay.
So this is Josh Carson.
We've made that distinction. It's Joshua.
Yeah.
I
believe he's on Blue Red.
Usually is. He 3-0'd on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, Blue Red is great in this meta.
I think so too.
Also, Rollins, thank you. I love this hat as well. And not much is up. We are playing Live Legacy.
That we are. We're talking about it at least. At the very minimum, right?
Well, this is interesting. So Terry is playing against Justin Fergie.
Who's Carson? Do we know Carson?
I don't know him.
Okay. Or is that Joshua Carson?
No, this is Josh. Well, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we've got Fergie versus Terry. So it looks like Infect won, actually.
That does look that way. Alright, so Infect, and then Terry. I think Terry has been on a Esper Deathblade.
Yeah, no. Fergie got it too.
Okay.
The Fergie beat that, and then it's Corey, not Carson.
Okay. So Terry's playing Esper Deathblade, right?
No, he's on Grixis Delver.
Really?
Oh.
Maybe he was always on that.
No, he switched.
Dang it.
He switched from Jeskai. And he called it Team America,
right.
and Team America is
That's
actually
right,
a Sultai deck.
Okay, so who are we watching, Brian? You want to make the decision? So we have Infect versus Grixis Delver.
Uh-huh.
And then we have Miracles.
Corey on Miracles versus Blue Red Delver.
What's it going to be, chat?
I kind of want to watch this Infect table. But yeah, obviously chat gets to decide. I personally would say the Infect table. Just because I kind of want to give, Fergie that chance to be on camera. He didn't really get it last round. Right. So so quick.
To repeat for chat. Infect versus Grixis Delver.
Our local
Blue
fencer
Red versus
says Infect. Blue Red versus Miracles.
I think most people are like Infect all day.
Match is pretty good as well. There you go.
There is no Deathblade.
There is no Deathblade.
I said he might be on Deathblade because Terry plays a lot of Deathblade, but all right. Let's take a look then. We're starting things off with
looking at the sand.
Yes.
Wasteland Days is pretty good against Infect. I'm gonna have to say.
Okay, Taxium Probe sees a Delver, a Deathrite Shaman, a Ponder, 2 days, a Polluted Delta, and a Wasteland.
There we go. Oh, Infect then. It's the same matchup. You're asking for the same matchup either way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here is a Tropical Island.
Non-basic. Now he's playing the Tropical Island instead of the basic forest to get that Wasteland out of the way. He wants that Blink Moth.
He has an Ink Moth in his hand. Yeah.
He wants that active.
Ink Moth Nexus.
And why give your opponent a free kill spell against one of your best infectors in this matchup? Okay.
So just to be clear for everybody, that what he's got there, his hand is up on the center of the board right now.
I think Grixis is all. I agree. Culligan's Command is a great card against Infect.
Infect is a deck that I feel like we don't see nearly enough of in this store. There are a lot of decks that really just crumble. It's a deck that has a lot of permission, which is good, but it's also a combo deck.
Oh, yeah. it was impossible for the Ancestral Visions Sultai, Shardless Sultai. Yeah.
It just could not beat Infect.
Shardless Bug just, it's like, that's cool. You've got more counter spells than I have.
Combagro.
Combo aggro. Combagro.
Combagro.
So, Combagro. So is Food Chain a Combagro deck?
I think, no, it's like a mid-range combo deck.
So how do you...
It grinds.
Mid-bro?
It's tempo too?
Yeah. Infect is very tempo.
It can play the tempo deck, or the tempo game, but I find it to be kind of combo-y. It grinds well because of how much permission it has.
It's so true. No, I think he plays the Glistener Elf with Daze backup, or that can get comeback aggro, combo grow, and the promo Glistener Elf.
They're mighty pretty.
It's true. What an interesting. Okay, there we. I mean, the Wasteland hitting the Ink Moth makes a ton of sense here. I think Fergie did that really well too, because now he's setting up where he can get off Invigorate plus what's it called pretty easily right here. Lance in front.
Oh no!
That's
now
Alex, right?
Now nobody will know what's going on.
This is Alex, right? Andy Prime.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. See, I mean, you're playing one of the best shell games in Legacy. It's like, do I have it? I played against Zach Koch, one of the like leaders of Infect, in a side event on Sunday down at Vegas, and just got smashed by it. And I was on Reanimator. I was like, well, that's a deck that you can have right there. And he was telling me a little bit about it, and yeah, Zach is a beast. He's a cool dude too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shut off. He's got it. It's all, border extension and altered, and it's really cool. He was the last undefeated player in the GP in Legacy. He was 12-0 and then lost.
Deathrite has been on the stack for a long time. Is it ever going to resolve? It actually doesn't need to resolve in this case. It just can activate and act normally while it's on the stack.
It's like Masterful Ninja. If everyone saw where Morrow won a sub game, the count is 1.
Oh, my.
With a Masterful Ninja.
That is hilarious.
I thought that was really funny. Smart Adept just knows what's up, though.
It's true.
If there were still regular SCG events, Bob Ross would probably still be playing Infect. It's true. He'd have those happy trees.
Isn't Tom Ross working for Wizards right now?
This is Bob Ross, though.
Oh, still.
I want to say yes.
I think he is.
I think he is. A lot of people. DSJ, Donald Smith Jr., a pro that kind of came out on the scene last year, is now working at Wizards. So there's actually a lot of the pros that have just recently gone there.
It's one of the ways that you can make your hobby a career, right?
It's true. It's how all the early pros did it. All the early pros made it into Wizards and kind of secured it for him. Seems more like a Doran player to me. He's all happy about the little trees.
Yeah.
I like how aggressively Terry is using Fergie's graveyard.
Yeah. He's like, nope, I don't want you to have these things.
Yep. Well, and he's turning off a big Become Immense, which is really good.
Totally meant to say Tom Ross, but Bob Ross has agreed to me. Don't worry, I corrected you immediately. I was like, yeah, Tom Ross.
Yeah, no.
I knew who you were talking about. And it was a fantastic image.
Bob Ross with his happy trees. Go Devin. Devin. Which one of these people is Devin?
I don't know.
We'll go Devin. Not sure if Devin's even here tonight. I know. I saw Devin and Steve in the same day, and I was like, the planets are aligning.
What the?
It's been a while since they've been around.
Yeah.
Who knew having a family and owning a couple of businesses would make you that busy?
Yeah, who knew?
Hey, look him to Torok.
Ooh.
Let me just reveal this to my Delver.
A momento.
Uno a momento por favor.
Okay, so he does have another land, right?
He does have another land.
Still think he's just going to get rid of Wasteland.
I think that's fine.
Maybe.
I mean, you gotta play a land here just to get around the days, right? Oh yeah, a fetch land that we didn't know about either.
Okay, so he does have an underground C plus fetch. All right. Probably wanting a black source.
Yeah, I think Bayou's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it, bro. Don't know. Nuh-uh.
Is this Grixis? This looks like Sultai.
That does look like Sultai.
Now I need to change it.
He's blowing my mind.
I do not
reveal
see...
him to my Delver. I brought this barf bag for you from the last time I flew. Truly. What's going on?
No, it's just that. Yeah.
Reveal this him to my Delver.
Just a little late to the party. Yeah, we don't often see Sultai Delver here, so.
No, I actually like it. This is one of the hardest matchups for Food Chain, and I think it's funny. He probably brought that to beat me.
Yes, that's what I would do.
Terry,
I'd be
Terry has
screw
developed,
the rest of the field. I need to make sure Brian loses.
He's developed a grudge against me every time we play, because one of the first times here, I just kind of beat him really soundly, and he was not okay with it. And he was watching one of our streams and heard
a land and a Become Immense.
Well, there you go.
Are the cards that him to Turok hit. So can't quite see what. I know there's at least a land.
Daze, yeah. There's a daze and a land. I'm not sure what anything else.
Okay.
Barf bag. Well, this is one of the longer Infect matchups I've ever watched.
It's not always easy for him, you know.
It's not.
You can't really just attack into Deathrite Shaman. You have to pump if you do that. Yeah. Which isn't really a position that Infect ever wants to be in. They don't want to have to pump. They like to be able to choose if they would like to or not.
Yeah. Deathrite Shaman makes life tough.
Look at that, MTG Bots recommending to watch our Vintage Magic store tour.
Yeah, Vintage Magic, the company, store tour and review.
Yes.
Yeah. Although
they came here, they talked to us.
Daniel Chain.
They came and took a look at our store.
I was listening to the Heavy Meta podcast today. They haven't podcasted in 2 years, and they did their year in review. It was actually quite good. If you guys are into listening to some guys from Canada drink beer and shoot the breeze about Magic and what happened this year in Magic, it's pretty good.
Sounds enjoyable.
It was a good time. They have fun. It's like a 2.5 hour long podcast.
Noble Hierarch.
There we go.
Now this is enough so that he can start attacking with Glistener Elf and not have to worry.
Abraham TV is in Canada. Well, you don't even have to you don't even have to go anywhere to listen to drunk Canadians talk about Magic.
No fair.
Yeah, he's got it good. He and Captain QC just have it down.
They just get to live that life.
They have it locked down. Oh no, fatal push. Yeah, look, he's in Canada drinking beer.
There you go.
But he's not listening to drunk Canadians talk about Magic.
I'm like a little jealous, but at the same time I love what I do. So like
we should just open a store in Canada and you should stream from there.
I get to do both of those things, you know, like I personally enjoy it because like so what I'll do is I'll do these streams, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'll get off from streaming. I'll go get some food or whatever, and then I'll go home and guess what I do when I get home?
Play Magic.
I literally turn on streams.
Yep. Your life is just content.
It's not even just that for me, because like I like to be able to look at what other people do.
Oh yeah. Well, and there's a lot of good stuff going on. I totally missed what happened there. I think the Fatal Push just ended it.
Yeah.
Sultai Delver was just so far ahead by that point.
They really were.
Makes sense.
All right, let's take a look at our backup match while these guys are shuffling up. So let's see if we can catch up here. It looks like a lot has happened. This is definitely still
pretty
game
deep
one.
into game one.
It looks like a ponder is going on, but we see a counterbalance on. This is actually Corey.
We never changed it.
No, we did not. All right.
And Corey's going to be just a little bit slower than Josh. He's still quite a quick player.
Okay, so there is an Azcanta.
Did the emoticon go through yet?
It did not go through yet. I checked before I started the stream.
Why so long?
So we have an Azcanta. We've got a counterbalance. That's really it for notable things on the board. Not
much.
Not a whole lot going on.
Josh has 2 hands, and Corey is sitting on 2 Jaces, 2 Force of Wills.
Now, is Corey really at 1 though?
I mean,
you think he's really at 1?
Let me go check.
Joshua seems to be at 19. Brian's gonna find out if Corey's life total is correct. Okay, so now that the door's shut and they can't hear us. So
what?
Him at 1, he can't crack fetches. He can't Force of Will.
Nope.
Like,
you think they both have 2 forces? Well, it looks like Force Vapor Snag. Did you see the Vapor Snag there for Josh? Literally.
Just waiting for a creature to come down.
Literally, if a creature comes down.
He's like, I want to kill you.
as long as the counterbalance doesn't stop it. But that's insane. And Corey can't crack this fetch. He is at 1. Josh turns to me. He's like, yes, he's at 1. I'm mad too.
Please share this with my group.
Bryce wants to set up a countdown tomorrow.
Yeah, we definitely will do that, Bryce.
And also, Nate is going to come in and test out the Skype so that he can do a Skype call with Zach for part of the 24-hour stream. Zach Clark, his co-host.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Yep. I'm excited to see it all come together.
Now all we need to do is just like line everything up, right?
Yeah,
we have a ton of content for this 24-hour stream. Like, it is actually kind of crazy because when we first came up with the idea, we were like, okay, how are we just going to sit here and do this? But we have so many people that want to be a part of this. Yeah. And
well, so many people that are also very good Magic players that have a lot to share. And it's going to be good for this to exist in the Legacy community where you can say, okay, I'm looking for Legacy content. Teach me how to play.
I'm just excited to like post the VOD on YouTube of 24 hours and just like bookmark each spot. Like, hey, this is where this is. This is where this is. This is where this is. You know, like if you're looking for tips on a certain deck, we got it. You know, like if we, it's just gonna be the coolest thing.
Yeah, we just need to keep good timestamps and stuff of it. It'll be pretty good.
And all I need to do is just stay awake during the stream. It's great.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
It's super easy. Yeah. Like I don't even need to say words. Oh wait. No, I do have to. You
probably want to do 2 words.
Oh yeah,
Cody. On this Sunday.
This coming Sunday.
We'll have a standard tournament going on outside, and we'll have all the Legacy players in here, just shooting the breeze.
I am super excited because, like, think about what we have going on this weekend.
Well, I'm turning 26, which is what really matters.
Yeah, but I like that's the obvious thing. Let's focus on the things that are less obvious, like the Legacy Symposium.
Okay, yeah.
So we get to do a 1K tournament on Saturday, and then we have a 24-hour stream on Sunday. Like, oh my goodness, come join us. So much live Magic, so much MTGO with like players who specialize in decks, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it's not even just decks. It's players that specialize in archetypes in some cases.
Yeah.
Stifle not the archetype.
Yes.
Which is like, how many decks can there be in this? There's like 4 or 5 different builds. We'll probably have a Nick Fit specialist show up, probably. We'll have Delver specialists. We'll have pretty much everything.
You know what's so funny? Sparta Adept, I don't even really pay attention to new sets too much anymore. If they do give us something, then it's cool. But if they don't, then we're happy because we like our format where it is anyway.
Well, I mean, honestly, out of the last 3 blocks, like, you've gotten a card out of every set pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, Fatal Push, maybe not. But Collector Brutality came in. You got Sandworm Convergence and Overwhelming Splendor. Search for Azcanta.
Yeah.
Like, these are all cards that we all play.
Yep.
I love what Garfunk said about practice makes perfect for the 24-hour stream.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Tons of stuff coming
Perry Interpost, yeah, the standard player's going to stay outside where it's cold.
Good.
Today for real Magic.
All right. So a Death Ray Shaman's on the board. We're fetching. He's facing down a Noble Hierarch. No Infector on the board yet.
No, but we've seen a Ponder and 2 fetch lands out of Fergie, so he's setting stuff up. Yeah, like Overwhelming Splendor.
Yes,
You're right,
Bryce. Yes, Bryce. Like Overwhelming Splendor. Now, crop rotation's probably something that should be on Terry's radar as well, right?
Very much so, especially from here.
Yes.
And I didn't see what Terry had, but he probably has some amount of counterspells in his hand.
I think that this is a matchup where I would have a hard time respecting the fact that they could crop rotate, and from Terry's side and from Fergie's side, I don't even know if he kept it in. It's something that if it gets countered, it is just brutal. Whereas like in a lands deck or like a Turbo Depths deck, you sacrifice a land and you're like whatever.
Yeah, you can.
You're like whatever. We're gonna make this work. Whereas in this kind of a deck, they don't need tons of lands, but at the same time, if they don't have the lands in hand and they just like crop rotate and it gets countered, it could be the whole game right on that spot
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not seeing a daze here from Terry, and it's passing it back. Right. This Goyf is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We got land, sorcery, creature, instant.
Yes.
4, 5. Yeah, about to say exactly. That's how I feel. It's like Delver has just enough permission that I just don't think.
Just enough permission and wastelands.
It's
like
it's
crop
hard.
Rotation is both a blessing and a curse against wasteland, because sometimes you catch the wasteland, you're like, oh, I was going to get rid of this land anyways.
Yeah, Bryce, I agree. A Noble Hierarch is something that is worth getting off the board, right?
It's worth getting off the board, but I think the Fatal Push is just so much better because it can handle the land. It can handle these 2 infectors.
Fergie is set up when it comes to infect creatures. He's got another Glistener Elf in hand.
A veritable plethora, in fact.
A veritable plethora. That's actually the words I was thinking of. I just couldn't say them.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Right.
To be your thesaurus.
Oh, I really need to get a mobile talking thesaurus. So
you can just pay me to be your thesaurus.
I might. No, I'm not going to pay you.
Oh, okay.
But you're welcome to be that.
I'll just walk around behind you. Actually, what Kyra meant to say.
Oh, I hate it when people hover behind me. That actually drives me insane.
So yeah, like at GPs, I've noticed that you tend to, as soon as people start crowding around you, you say, "Hey, back up!" Like
I've asked people to back up before. I don't mind when people are around, but you really need to give me distance. Like, oh man,
we had it once where it was.
I just have personal space.
I had our team at the team tournament that we played at. When Vivi came up behind me, like, I'm totally fine with her being behind me, and like I'm totally fine with all that. But like there was just barely enough of the bubble cross that I was like, okay, I just need you to take, I just need 6 more inches or something.
Right.
But
see, I have no problem being like shoulder to shoulder with somebody. But I just hate it when people are right behind me.
I wasn't behind you at all. I was right next to you.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's my personal bubble.
See, Bryce says you saved the removal for the box. I agree.
Not all of chat knows. Okay.
Now you know.
Now you know. Belval Strix isn't doing a whole lot on this board. I think the most it's doing is drawing a card.
It's like pseudo removal for an Inkmoth Nexus, so it comes down. Terry missed a drain from Deathrite Shaman there. You're saying you missed the activation on it. Invigorate.
Going for that infect kill. So he did hold priority and just invigorated twice. We'll see if there's any responses. It looks like an abrupt decay is going to get cast. Now, this is probably a misstep by Fergie, right?
Yeah, going all in on that. Going all in on the kill there. Potentially, you know, Glistener Elf now is, I mean, it's kind of just dead. And it being the uncounterable Abrupt Decay there is not great. And
all right, Terry takes this match.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the Sultai version has Fatal Pushes. This guy, like, Fatal Pushes are so much better against Infect than Lightning Bolts ever imagined, ever could be.
Yeah.
So
Fatal Pushes get in there. Well, that and Abrupt Decay. I'm gonna go and ask who won that round for between Miracles and Blue Red, because that might be interesting.
Would you mind grabbing me like a Snickers? Can you grab me a Snickers? All right. So yeah, the matchup is it has to be rough for Infect. They think of it this way: like they have 8 creatures in their deck, right? That's not a lot. Whereas Delver usually has access to probably closer to like 12, 14. And then you consider the fact that like one deck has removal and then the other deck doesn't. So Infect doesn't typically play with a lot of removal, or any for that matter. They just like to protect the creature that they find. Now, even though Inkmoth Nexus is technically another creature in their deck, it's susceptible to different things.
Yep, Josh got it.
Abrupt Decays, that was game 1.
Game 1.
Okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, and you got red vines?
Do you need another drink if you can?
No, I got her.
I just need to make sure that we get our red vine count up. Hymn to Torok is brutal. That's what makes 4-color so tough.
Dragon Knight finally got his Dragon Shield sleeves. Look at that.
There you go.
What a guy. What a guy. Well done, Dragon Knight. I hope you like them. Because that was my recommendation.
Dragon Shield sleeves are pretty good.
Dragon Shield mats. That is my preference.
That was my go-to as well. Oh, there were some new Ultimate Guard colors that released recently for deck boxes.
Oh, for deck. Yeah, I saw
Boulder
pink.
Archive, Sidewinder, everything. Orange and pink.
Orange and pink.
Yeah, the orange is actually really cool.
Tempted to get a bunch of orange to match my Bengals jersey.
You should do it, and then just put black stripes on it.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
If only I knew like a good artist who has a firm hand that could put those stripes on and make it look pretty.
Or an airbrush. That's definitely done border extensions and alters for you.
Yeah, somebody like that. Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, me neither.
He may or may not be in chat. Speak of the devil. Look at that MTG bot. Look at that. It just knew.
We were literally talking about Bryce, and then it's like, hey, check out these Bryce felt altars.
Check out Bryce. Swords would catch people off guard.
Definitely.
Ooh, a splash of white. Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've actually seen that.
Spart Adept says Eclipse sleeves or death.
No other choices.
You know what's funny? I really don't like Eclipse sleeves.
See, the thing that I love them for limited. Absolutely adore them for limited. They're really good for, 3 rounds. If you want it on a deck long term, the thing is they just build up so many of the those scratches and dirt so quickly.
The scratches actually mark the backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And so that kind of that gets to me. Yeah. They're great sleeves though.
Yeah, I don't have like an issue with them. It's just
you wouldn't choose it over.
Yeah. I like Dragon Shield mats better. They get dirty. They get dirtier about as fast as Dragon Shields, but they get sticky, and Dragon Shields don't.
That's true.
I've liked the Ultimate Guard sleeves so far, though. I haven't had an issue with them, surprisingly enough.
They're super lightweight.
Yeah, they're like really thin.
I compared it to...
And they don't break easily.
Exactly. They're very, very strong.
All right, catching up here.
Ponder.
Corey started things off with a Ponder.
Circa 2014 KMC Hypermats. I agree.
Oh, actually, Perry and Repost. I agree with that. I did have those sleeves for a little bit. They were good.
I did Hypermats. I did Hypermats until they went downhill.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a long time. But all right, and then we've got a turn 1 Monastery Swift Spear. It's gonna attack for 1 damage, putting Corey to 19.
See, Josh just wanted to make it even with Corey, so they're both at 19. He didn't want to feel it one-sided. Where's the counterbalance?
This is just straight up swords. Let's get rid of that.
My only issue with the Dragon Shield mats, they're only slightly see-through in the back. Yeah. If it's dark enough, you can. That's why the Smokes. The perfect fit smokes from Dragon Shield were created.
Yeah,
Any of those dark back.
All my cards actually have the smoke on them.
Yeah, most of mine do. I've done a couple of decks where we didn't have any of the side-loading smokes in.
Interesting.
And I had to do clear ones, but whenever I have a double-sided card, I always put a smoke on it.
Yeah, Spart up. Maybe you're just better at keeping your sleeves clean than most people then. Yeah, I mean, sleeves are just one of those things where like you really do have the luxury of using the ones that you like the most.
You can pretty much always find what you want.
Yes.
This is interesting. Force of Will on the Swords to Plowshares. At the very least, if this all resolves, he's gaining 2 life off of it.
Yeah.
So the Force of Will is almost neutral.
This is not the best matchup for Vapor Snag.
No, it's not.
So I don't mind throwing this to Force of Will.
I don't know. Yeah, you need to squint to see it, but if you're in a big tournament under the right conditions, you'll definitely want to have it covered for this. If you're in a professional REL tournament.
Anytime I go to an event, like a GP or anything like that, I'm constantly using black sleeves. Just use black sleeves. Yeah.
But Tosai, you're welcome. I'm glad that we can be a source of distraction from it. We've had some of our local players have deaths in their family and have actually said that it's been useful to them too. So we agree. Really, we're glad that we can do that.
That means a lot. It really does. And we are so happy to have you, that to say. You've been an awesome addition to our community.
Yeah, look at him as one of our big subscribers.
Yeah.
Well done. I'll only ever be playing Commander. Dragon Knight, it's okay. One day we'll get into Legacy.
One day. It's gonna happen eventually.
We'll just bring you on. We'll onboard you like I don't know what.
Okay,
even get a heart. There we go.
So swords did end up getting countered. Joshua plays a second Monastery Swift Spirit. We're gonna get in for 2 damage. This is enough to warrant a Terminus. Just 2 creatures. This is like any other Delver deck. You know,
I mean, that or an engineered explosives here.
That is at the top of his hand. Good call. Good call. Yep. Let's just cast engineered explosives on 1.
Your deck is so thick that it no longer fits in your deck box.
You may need a bigger deck box.
Well, let me suggest either an Ultimate Guard Boulder, 100+, an Ultimate Guard Sideloader, 100+.
I love the Sideloaders.
The Sideloaders are Sidewinders.
Sidewinders, yes. They are a Sideloader.
Or the Ultimate Guard Monolith. Those are all top-notch ones. The other one...
Notice they're all...
the other one is the Ultimate Guard Satin Tower. That's probably, hands down, the best 100+ card.
I'm glad Ultimate Guard came along. I don't think I ever loved a deck box until I owned an Ultimate Guard one.
Like, I use my Ultimate Guard one over my wood ones sometimes because I love them so much. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Okay.
Dragon with the humble brag. Because his deck is so thick.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Alright, EE is going to take care of both.
Steel deck box is solid. Nice. Satin Tower is Ultra Pro. You're right.
That's true.
You're right, Super Chris. But all the 3 before it that I said were all Ultimate Guard ones. Mm-hmm. Honestly,
the Monolith is like the same thing as the Satin Tower.
There's not really an Ultimate Guard product that I own that I don't like more than everything else I have. The only thing, like, for my binder, I use a Dex. It's one of those 2x2, you know, the playset in one page.
I have a Dex as well.
I love Dex binders.
That's funny.
And then, I can see your Dex binder from here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I see your archive. I
have the Ultimate Guard archive.
I have my mat case. I see it all.
Yep, and then I have my Sidewinders.
See, Dragon Knight is just relegated to using a plastic box for a PS3 controller. It's okay, Dragon Knight. You can always order one from us, or Card Kingdom, or any of the other local game stores that have it in stock.
Yeah. All right, Monastery Swift Spear number 3.
Surprise.
no more red mana on the board after this. So he's looking at a Daze, a Flooded Strand, and I did not get to see the
Price of
card.
Progress.
Is it Price?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like something that's not going to do a whole lot in this matchup.
I feel like Corey knows to play around Price of Progress at this point.
Yes. The second I see a Monastery Swiftspear, period, I fetch up basics right off the bat. Like,
it's a pretty good sign.
Mhm.
Swap from all Satin Towers to Sidewinders and use the archive for storage. They do. Have you seen the newest archive-like thing is going to have a mat case?
A mat case and an archive.
Space for Sidewinders. Like it's designed to hold Sidewinders. I think it's either between January or February.
Ultimate Guard wants my money, and guess who I want to give my money to?
All the time. I agree.
For sure.
Jeff, you need to come and play some Legacy.
Seriously, what's going on?
It's been 2 weeks. There's a 1K on Saturday. You need to be ready for it.
The archives are still insane, though. Like I don't regret owning an archive. I'm just saying, like, geez, this new one looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're all going to be used for different things, and you're going to have all of them in your collection at some point.
Yep,
that's just how it's going to be.
All right, so we're brainstorming. Looks like Snapcaster Mage got in a hit, and then Brainstorm is going to find some things. Yep. Looks like Search for Azcanta is going to come down.
There we go. What a card! Yep. I am still so high on that card.
All right, so it looks like 3 cards are left in Corey's hand. I think it's a Swords, a Counterspell, and a Force of Will. Looking pretty good there. Especially considering Joshua really doesn't have much going on.
It's true
at all.
This Price Progress actually hurts him more than it hurts Corey at this point. And I wish I lived in Utah because I want a commander so bad.
Oh, we have really good commander groups at this store.
We have really good commander groups.
Yeah, I was actually super impressed when I first started playing at this store. How I came from a store where so many people were super salty all the time, and now here I am. And I'm just thinking, oh.
Thank you, Echo MTG.
Hey, that's Ray. Ray just hosted us.
Yeah, there we go. With 6 viewers, too.
Thanks for the host, Ray. Go. Appreciate that.
I forgot that Jeff was headed to...
That is kind of funny. Vegas. We hosted him, and then he ended his stream and hosted us back.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
And then the Budding's wedding on Saturday. I forgot that you're going to miss that.
Oh, yeah. That is the saddest story I have ever heard.
It's pretty sad.
Except for that other story.
Several stories. I love the design of Search for Azcanta.
Your auto host didn't work.
How dare you, Ray? Come on.
How dare you?
You're not even here.
Well, hey, welcome in, Ray.
Oh, he ended up finding Ray. We'll see Ray down in Santa Clara.
Yes, awesome.
What was I saying about the design of Search for? I love the design of Search for Azcanta.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's so unassuming. It comes into the board. Hey, look, Dragon Knight's now hosting us as well. We get an extra viewer.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, that's right. Ray is sick.
What?
He was talking about that on his stream on Sunday. I want to say it was Sunday that I was watching your stream, Ray. We were chatting. You were playing Oath, and I was kind of surprised by some of your lines because it looked like you had wins, but I wasn't paying enough attention to be like, hey, you should have done this and this and this. And also, I've never played Oath once in my life.
So in other words, all of your opinions were wrong.
No. I play enough Vintage to know what's going on. I just needed to pay more attention to see why he wasn't taking certain lines.
All right. Well, last turn of Counterbalance got played, and then we've got a Swords on Delver.
Yep, he revealed a basic mountain.
Okay, here's a mountain, and Keranos is coming down. Oh boy.
I agree. Bad decision to play instead of sleep, except Kyra does it all the time.
I do it more often than I should. Okay, so this is a Daze. Oh, flip Counterbalance, blind flip countered. Okay.
Wow.
Still end up 4-1-4-1-3-2. Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's really good. I will say this much: the Dragon Shield sleeves feel amazing. They absolutely do. Mm-hmm. And they feel like that even when they start getting dirty and all that. That's what Kyra was saying.
That's what I love about Dragon Shield sleeves.
They don't get sticky. They stay the same feel the whole time.
They'll get really dirty, but they'll still shuffle super well. All right. Here's a Storm Chaser Mage. Reveal. Look, counterbalance is still there.
Nothing's happened since then. Josh knew it was on top.
Yeah, he did. He probably thought like it went to his turn. He was like, oh, that's right. In Josh's defense, though, I don't think this game was going to go towards him anyway.
No.
So now the opportunity to flip Azcanta this turn is coming.
Search for Azcanta is such a busted card.
It really is. Okay, so let's put
especially
that
in this
counterbalance.
Miracles deck. So is he declining the Search for Azcanta trigger? Because he used it and then declined to flip. Because he has 7 in his bin. And then he did Karanos.
He probably verbally stated, hey, this is what, like, I'm going to flip this.
Yeah. Because Karanos is a draw step. What a bad play from the Delver player. I think it's more that he just missed it and not that it was necessarily a bad play. I think he just had spaced it. I can see that happening on a Tuesday night.
It's a bad play. But
yeah, you're right.
I don't think that this is
I don't think it was intentional.
No, it definitely wasn't intentional. It was more like an accident than an actual, like, bad choice, right?
It's like when when I accidentally play a Cabal Therapy into a Chalice that's on the board, but mostly just so I can get a sack outlet for my Veteran Explorer.
See, I'll be playing Nyxvit, and when people put Chalice on one, I'm always like, well, that's fine. Cast Cabal Therapy. Oh no, it got countered. Like, I'll cast it again. Sacrifice my creature. Oh man, it got countered again. Crap. That's okay. Academy Rector trigger. All right, Jace is getting cast. This game looks pretty decided. What do you think?
No, Jace was gained off of the Azcanta.
My bad.
Reveals that draws an extra card now, has a Disenchant in hand, can play a Jace. I mean, the Price of Progress sitting in Josh's hand now deals 6 damage. But it deals 4 damage to himself, and he can no longer play Price of Progress. Lacks from experience at playing against the real Miracles from the past years. You're right.
Absolutely.
Is it Xiola?
Zola?
This game is definitely over. I put money on it.
Yeah.
How much, Batose?
How much we talking here?
You can pay me.
I want to hear numbers.
4 permanents and a force spell. Time to give it the old Raisin Brands and 2 scoops play.
$50, Brian.
So $50. I'm gonna give $50 that Josh is gonna win, right?
To clarify,
I'll take that every day. I would put money on Corey winning this game. Right? He said, let's see, this game is definitely over. You put money on it.
Yeah.
No, he's just putting money on the game being over.
Well, that's a very intelligent thing to say. This game is going to end. Well, I mean, yeah.
Aren't we all, though? Aren't we all going to end one day?
Oh, man. I'm a little late on this. Sorry, guys.
And you're totally off. Look, he found it. It's right there.
Oh, no.
Why are we even doing this anymore? Come on, guys. There you go. Take 3. Attack for 2.
Come on, Corey. You can win. Let's get to that next game.
Hooray! Done. Away we go.
All right. That's going to even things up. We're going to get a game 3 out of this one.
We're just all about those game 3s.
Which is fantastic, because that means we get to keep talking about like actual Magic that's going on instead of like rambling on about random things.
By the way, Regarda from Portugal. I've just arrived at home from my Legacy tournament. Well, welcome. Welcome back to your home to watch more Legacy. How did your Legacy tournament go?
In Portugal?
Yeah.
That is so cool. I love hearing that people like, on other continents can tune into our little stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's a great question. Loose Val, welcome in. Good to see you.
Hello.
Yeah, I am curious.
How the scene in Portugal is?
Yeah, how is the scene in Portugal? I'd be interested to hear
the big
something
thing
about
that
it.
I'm interested in for the 1K is to actually see these people from out of state to talk about their own Legacy scenes while they're here and be like, hey, we have like this in my meta, or like this is what I'm coming from, and like come here and be like, okay, like they'll come before the tournament and find me and Kyer and be like, hey, what should I be sideboarding here? I don't know your meta well enough. Like, well, you've been watching it every week, but here are some hot tips. We should put together a hot tip sheet for how to sideboard for it.
But there's something to mention though. It's really hard to just say, "Hey, I've watched your stream. I know they're meta."
Yeah, right? you only get to see 4 decks per round, if that.
Because think of it this way: like we see how, like in past streams, we've seen so much of Josh and Paul. I know because I'm the one who casts it. I've commentated more of their games than any other person, very easily. So lands in Miracles may sound like it's everywhere, but guess what? They're like the only players in our meta who are playing those decks. I mean, we have Ray on lands as well, so there are a couple lands players, but like there's a lot of Delver. There's Stoneblade decks. You know, there's quite a bit of Reanimator. We have Eldrazi.
The Reanimator players
Storm.
have kind of been lacking recently.
Yeah.
Gabe is now on Sneak Attack or Sneak and Show. One of the Reanimator players, 2 of the Reanimator players sold out in the last 3.
Okay, interesting.
He plays Team America.
That's awesome.
It's a Sultai deck. It is. It's not just Guy, it's Sultai. I was actually just listening to, what was the podcast? Humans of Magic by James Shu. And he was talking with the creator of Team America.
That's awesome.
But
so he says that they get 15 players during the week and about 22 to 25 on the weekends. You know what? That's pretty close to what we get. So for instance,
you're right. It's Bug. It's black, blue, and green.
Oh, Bug. Sorry,
please.
So anyway, yeah, Sultai. I love that.
Ah, the Sultai deck.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us again how it got.
But no, we get about 20 players on Tuesdays and about 20 players on Fridays. It's usually pretty equal around here. So tonight we've got 18, which I think is a fantastic turnout considering yesterday was Christmas.
Yeah, it's the day after Christmas.
And we live in a state where like most people are Christian, right? So so considering how many people are celebrating that holiday and they're still, you know, they're around for the holidays, it's fantastic. All right, so we've got a Delver on turn 1.
But do you know why it's called Team America?
Yeah, but what about this match?
There was a European deck that was Bug, and then they like changed like 2 things and put in sinkholes and stuff, and they're like, well, we're Americans, so it's obviously Team America.
Oh my goodness.
That's why it's called Team America.
That's hilarious.
You're right, there is this match, and that sort of Splashers got dazed really quick.
Yeah, so it was a turn 1 Delver.
Yep.
Turn 2 Swords came down, got dazed, and now turn 2 Swift Spear comes down.
Did he flip the Gitaxian Probe to flip the Delver?
I missed the flip.
So did I. Because we were talking about Team America.
That's what I was saying. So I was like, but we
You're
have this
right.
match.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
All right. So Gitaxian Probe comes down. We get to see a Force of Will and an EE and some other things.
I mean, primarily Force of Will and Engineered Explosives.
Yep. And
comes in for 5.
Yeah. 5 is a ton of damage, especially considering Joshua plays with a lot of burn spells in his deck.
Is this matchup relatively even? I want to say it's pretty die flip dependent, yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I think this is actually like pretty good for both players, like on an even level is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
All right, search for Azcanta on turn 2.
Oh, so it flipped to a Ponder. Loose Valve.
It was a Ponder. Thank you, Loose Valve, for paying attention and letting us know.
I'm just kidding.
We need more people like you.
So 1 man with a plan. Blue Red Delver is quite favored against Miracles.
I
can see that.
I believe it. So far watching, even though Joshua had a really rough game too, I definitely understand why that would be.
Like Corey definitely kind of had to come back from the brink and get Josh off the right counter spells at the right time to make it work.
Right.
But he was able to assemble his lock pieces and make it really hard for him to come back.
So here is
Swift Spear is now. This is 6 more damage coming in.
That is a ton.
He is at 6. So Engineered Explosives has to resolve here.
There is a Force of Will.
Corey needs to see a blue card.
So he using Search for Azcanta, he's looking for a blue card. He sees it. He goes, okay, I get to draw this one. Here's an EE.
It's Team America because it plays a lot of flyers. Tombstalker and Delver.
EE resolves.
There you go. Raceland, you're right, yeah. It was Team Portugal because of Snapcaster. There you go. Just teaching us the history of
Team America here.
Team America, of Magic in general. Well, that's a card that you can cast right there. That is a 2-mana way.
Yep. So Storm Chaser Mage comes down, which is amazing for Josh because he knows that the 2 mana that Corey has up, this is going to tap to activate EE. 100%.
Tiago Chan Snapcaster Mage. Exactly. He knows that the 2 mana is exactly for that. And Corey needed to be very careful about the way that this worked out. I think Josh had asked if it had resolved, and then was going to do a ponder.
It's possible Josh went a little too fast. Looks like Force of Will is going to hit. Maybe he's letting him take the ponder back. He's like, whoa. Okay, so Storm Chaser gets forced. This is going to put Corey to 5.
Josh probably definitely knows that kills a Flip Delver.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, guys, come on, calm yourselves.
Did Josh have a daze? I feel like I would have dazed the Force.
I think you have to daze there. No, this is Echo just talking about how you would play Team America just to the best. But it was because it included a bunch of cards that Americans weren't really playing at the time, so it was an ironic name. I haven't heard that one. Only 2013 kids remember those Team America days.
That's fantastic.
Because of flyers like American warplanes.
All right.
I mean, it's American drones now. Like, we just drone strike everyone.
Seriously. Swift Spear and Delver are down. I'm super confused. Why
he didn't
Why
daze?
would you not daze?
I think you just have to daze there.
It makes it so Storm Chaser either resolves. Okay, here's a Pyrostatic
Wait, don't
Pillar.
get the EE. Well, you play Pyrostatic Pillar here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Pyrostatic Pillar. So
I've got plenty of life to play with.
Just to be clear, this counterbalance that's on the board, this is his exile pile. It kind of looks like it's in play and tapped. It is not.
It's definitely exiled.
It is exiled. That is not a thing that's on the board.
Heard it was Team America because the deck blew up all the lands. Pillar's pretty good. Yeah, Pillar is pretty good for Blue-Red Delver here.
Yeah, agreed. I think, yep. I think this does mean that Snapcaster needs to be played now. It's gonna target Red Elemental Black. Oh, sorry, Swords. It's a good theory too. So he's gonna respond by casting Snapcaster, and then swordsing Snapcaster. Interesting.
I mean, putting yourself to 7 life gives you just a little bit more action. Now they're forgetting whose turn it is. That's definitely happened before.
Oh, look at what Bapticide just said.
I found a deck permanent that says deck name and subsequent archetype. Team America was first conceived as an inside joke amongst European players who used generally good cards Americans didn't. Yeah, has to pause on. That was an ambitious plan. Underground Sea is more expensive than OOL.
All right, so Delver comes down. Pyrostatic Pillar is going to deal 2 damage to Joshua.
Played the deck I always... It looks like your land needs some freedom.
Storm Chaser
Mage.
There you go. It's another 2 damage to Joshua.
Sea is more expensive. Wow. Oh my goodness.
And then an attack for 1. This is going to put Corey to 6.
This is so desperate. Hey, whose turn is it? Exactly.
Definitely Corey's.
No, he was. The players were. Hey, whose turn is it? It looks like your land needs.
Looks like we're putting Force of Will in the bin. We see a Keranos and what was the red card? Did not see the red card. We Americans do love oil.
It's not Meltdown. Let's see.
What is that? Is that oh? That's the Pyroclasm, isn't it?
Yes. So take
yes.
two.
This is the portal second aid or can't remember. I think it's just original portal Pyroclasm.
You can look it up. Pyroclasm.
Portal.
Yep, just OG Portal.
It was a rare.
It's a rare in Portal. That's hilarious. This includes your creatures. The reminder text. This includes your creatures.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Man with a Plan. Like it's just very, very clear that this is not a good match.
Wait. Stormchaser Mage is a 1/3.
Brian's gonna see if he can talk to these guys and clear things up.
You're welcome.
What'd they say?
They were on turns.
They were on turns and it ended?
Corey said that he would have won. So
Corey said that he would have won?
that Josh would have won.
Oh, Josh would have won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saying he would have got me, pointing at Josh.
So
isn't it time in the round?
Did that mean
Mr. Why no painter? Mostly because
Drake, that is a question
Sensei's divining top
that I ask myself every single time I do commentary.
Yeah, it just needs more
Why
painter.
no painter?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer, and it bothers me.
In Europe, yeah, it is rough to find underground seas because I bought them 7 years ago.
Ugh.
That's the thing is a lot of dual lands in all over Asia and Europe actually. They're one of the most sought after cards, and we have so many here in America. We're just like, we've got dual lands everywhere. They're like, give us your dual lands. Like literally, there are stores. There's 46 stores in Utah. Probably a third of them have dual lands in stock right now at decent prices.
Yep. Guess who's one of them?
I mean, yeah, we don't have any of the blue duels right now, though.
Kind of.
We mostly don't have any of the blue duels.
Yeah.
So you just have to have 4 Cs.
Oh, I can't tell you that's been like the biggest problem is like I want to build more legacy decks, right? Like my heart just says, Kyre, build more, and I only own 2 Underground Sea. And guess how many most decks play
3.
when they play Underground Sea?
It's 3.
Most play 3.
Uh-huh.
And I just am having a super hard time justifying paying that kind of money for another Underground Sea.
Jorgensen's right. It is Manifest Destiny. We've got to play all the lands.
You own blue duels ×4.
Batosai, you definitely find that last Underground Sea. Food Chain actually kind of needs the duels that it has. It only plays 5.
Okay.
But you really do need that extra black duel. Yeah. So, like, you can play. You're okay playing a Shockland for now until you get it, or a basic or whatever. But
he says in Portugal they have 3 stores in 50 with duels. I mean, good thing that you can order things online, right?
Yeah.
Like think goodness.
It's good. It's a good thing that MKM exists. It's a good that you have backpack dealers like Julian and some of those guys who have stock of a lot of these things and are talking with. Like we actually, my partner who does our singles actually works directly with Julian on a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So like we do get stuff that you guys need over there sent over to you. So
Travis is quite a guy. What a guy.
Travis is a guy. Shardless Bug. You should play Food Chain.
You know what? Food Chain was a deck that I knew about before I started playing at this store, and I never really thought much of it. Like I thought it was a cool deck, don't get me wrong. But once I actually got to like watch the deck play a little bit, my respect for it has just shot up. I love these decks that have the ability
Food Chain
to
is
grind.
so bad.
It kind of reminds me of Splinter Twin in a way, where like you get to grind out this match, right? And you can just win with some 3/3s.
Oh yeah.
Like you just play some Miss Hollow Griffins and just start attacking and win.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, you also have this plan of like, hey, if you're not careful, I will just combo you off.
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck Pile is way better value-wise than Shardless is. And it's kind of sad, because I played Shardless before I picked up Food Chain.
Right.
Yeah, and Food Chain can grind out all of the fair decks. You have a pretty even matchup against any Delver deck. Your worst matchup is to Storm and Show and Tell. And even those matchups, you do have game.
You have game, yes. I've actually seen you beat Storm with Food Chain quite a bit.
I hope a set of forces is good enough interaction. Dang, I have infinite mana and not anything to do with it. Karen or both is not wrong.
Yep. I've seen that happen to you once or twice.
Definitely. You play fair boring decks like Standstill. I just want to scroll up and see a couple of these other things. Just a little bit further. Walking Ballista is insane. And then a little bit more. Every store I go to in Utah, they have one. Yeah, so Frozen Divide, that's Nate, was saying that maybe it's 3 and 50 that have duels. I actually think there's more duels than you think. Up in Logan, there's actually a decent amount of duels in some of those. And then the Davis County area, they do have duels in stock. And they're priced relatively reasonably. They just don't move super fast because Legacy Community is here in Salt Lake and Utah County.
Bullet4J, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. All right, so here's our matchups. We've got Terry versus Paul, so that's Grixis Delver versus Lands.
Yep. No, it's Sultai Delver versus.
Oh, sorry, Sultai Delver versus Lands.
And then Ryan versus Joshua, so it's Blue Red Delver versus 12 Post.
12 Post.
Or Mud. Play Good Chain as one of my decks and love getting strong with Pulsar Marasa. Yeah, Food Chain. But we should just call it Good Chain from here on out. I've started calling mine 10 points for Gryffindor.
Put Bug on stream?
Bug Delver versus Lands?
See, Abraham kind of knows how it is. Lands...
He's playing Mud. Gavin's giving us the inside track. Ryan's on Mud today.
We should watch Mud. Lands has a pretty good matchup.
Ryan was our trio, one of our trios.
I bet you we will see Lands in our next match. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think that we should start with Ryan versus Josh.
I'm gonna agree with that. I think it's gonna be good. Also, Blue Red versus Mud. You can kind of see like what Blue Red was made to beat. Arjurg is +1 for Mud. Nate says 12 Post, but I think he would agree that Mud fills that void. Nate, you didn't make it up today.
Yeah, Nate, what up?
Probably family things, and also because he's pretty much taking the weekend off to come and do Legacy with us. You appreciate how people play Mud?
Let's pan over this match. It's just starting. We're already starting off, and we already have a. Oh, this is the Big Eldrazi deck. Wait, yeah, this is Big Eldrazi, not
Mono
Mud.
Brown, please. You got it.
I think. What do we call this deck? Is this the 12 Post, Eldrazi?
Yeah. Well,
we don't call this Mud.
I'm just gonna call it Mudrazi. Mudrazi. There you go. Yeah. Mono Blue Drazi is what that looks like.
This deck has really popped up around. Big Eldrazi seems solid. See, that's what I call it, Mr. Muggy.
No, it's Dr. Muggy.
No, Dr. Muggy.
Get it right.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't earn that PhD for nothing.
I'm sorry. I really need
Drazi
to.
Post.
Drazi Post. Okay.
Yeah, Drazi Post is pretty good. If there's no Metalworkers, it's not Mud. There are no Metalworkers Oracle Death.
I like Raceland, and let's do Drazi Post.
I like Drazi Post as well. We could call it Post Drazi.
Post Drazi. He did 3-0 on Friday.
He did
with this deck. And now he's undefeated.
He literally he's like, so can you get me 3 Voltaic Keys, 2 Conduit Ruins, and 2 Oblivion Swords? I'm like,
Eldrazi's dad.
It's $5, bro.
Today you tested this list.
There you go.
I've played against this list a good amount online, and I can say it's
played against
quite
it in
powerful.
paper. Food Chain has a decent matchup against it.
Time Vault and Legacy? No, not Time Vault. This is Voltaic Key and Grim Monolith.
No
Time Vault.
It's a lot of mana, not a lot of turns.
All the mana, no turns.
Hey, look, an Endbringer on turn 2.
Yep, that's a thing that just happened.
That's just fair magic right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and did we mention it can just ping Delver if it doesn't flip?
Yeah, whatever.
Or it can just keep it from attacking constantly.
Can swing in for 5 and be like, oh, you don't get to attack this turn. Got him. Nate said he still had family in town, so that's why he's not here today.
Well, that's like the worst excuse I've ever heard.
Yeah, geez, I have family in town. My wife actually missed her flight this morning. Not really her fault. It was the airlines just being stupid, but missed her flight, and so my family's still in town too.
Okay, so Delver does flip.
Turn 2 without a land drop. There you go.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Turn 2 Endbringer, no land drop. Voidos is giving us a face. Voidos.
Well, I saw in Ryan's hand an All Is Dust. I see an Ugin, and
Crooked Sidewalks. Thanks for the follow.
Appreciate that.
You're a great human being. You're
Really, though.
You're like the Gilgamesh of legends.
Imagine what he'll say to you if you subbed.
Dun dun dun. By the way, Kyron, Nick's Fit sucks when you draw Dovescape. It does. Don't draw Dovescape. That's the first lesson.
Take that back, Mr. Gator.
Draw any of the 60 other cards besides Dovescape.
Blame yourself before you blame the deck.
Yeah, you're right. The deck is immaculate. It's perfect.
It is perfect. All right, here's a ponder.
Who needs lands when you have turn 2 Endbringer? Exactly.
Not I, said the
I mean, he's always dusting next turn, right?
Yeah.
Sweet Ice Age basics.
Yeah, he does have sweet Ice Age basics.
I do love watching the basics. Do you want any of these red vines before I eat the entire package?
No. I have the Snickers.
I'm going to eat the entire package of red vines and they won't know. Shh, Chad, don't tell anyone. Also true. 7th edition foil basics do look great.
They are gorgeous.
Honestly, well, there are plenty of basics that I would choose not to play with.
So, Sethers, have you seen... I'm not sure if you're a fan of white borders, but have you seen the white border, like, dual deck version of the Ice Age Mountain? I personally find them super, super gorgeous if they're near mint. White borders look like crap the second they're anything less than lightly played.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of tough, but that's how you find a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah, get your 7th edition foil basic signed by Rob Alexander. I think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're losing 2 life. Untapping the Grim Monolith. We have 1 mana floating.
This is a Conduit of Ruin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Conduit of Ruin.
I think he has only 4 mana. He had to untap first. Okay, so here's a Sower.
Well, 6 because the
Oblivion. This is an Oblivion Sower.
He's like, let me just take your lands.
Not to be confused with Sower of Temptation.
But he just wants to sow that temptation for you.
They need to look even sweeter. Exactly, man with a plan. That's how I feel too.
I agree 100%. 115 million %.
Next time I see John Avon, I want to get a foil set of Unhinged and a foil set of
Unglued or Unstable.
Unstable, signed by Avon.
I was looking back at the sets of Magic.
Pretty,
I started just before Unglued came out. I started in Portal Second Age.
Wow,
which was
that's
the set right before Unglued.
That's a weird set to start in. All right,
Isn't
so
it though?
Already Joshua's chump blocking. What does that tell you?
That 5/5s are big. Untapping 5/5s are really big.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he can fetch for either a island or a mountain.
So I'm going to pull this card up. I know it already resolved.
I agree. I think we should pull it.
Not a card we see every day, so I'm going to pull up Oblivion Sower for you guys.
See, Sir Sethers has not seen... You asked him if he saw a certain white border. He doesn't run white borders for draft and haven't seen those.
Okay.
Or no, he does run white borders for draft.
Well, I recommend taking a look at them. I actually have like a ton of them in my binder. They're the what's the dual deck called? Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to this match while I'm thinking.
Well, we had Delver, Monastery, Swift Spear, Chain Lightning Your Face, pings the Delver with the Endbringer. 3D Your Face coming in, so he's at 8. I mean, Swift Spear can't attack, but he's getting 3 in the air. This deck should play an island, considering how often it hits blue fetches off of Sower. You're probably right.
I don't... The symbol of the set was a D.
Lilo Goyf. Definitely,
wow.
You're right. Man with a plan. He definitely has 32 islands and mountains to fetch with that Scalding Turn right there.
Come on, chat. Help me out. What's the set that has the symbol with a D? I know it's a dual deck of some kind.
The D?
Yeah, it's not in TCG's sets.
That's a D.
Yeah, it's just a D.
You're not thinking of...
It was like dual deck something versus Finkel, right? It's not...
Something versus Finkel?
No, not Zendikar versus Eldrazi. No, it was an old dual deck. Like, it was more like... was it Battle Royale? No, not Battle Royale box set. Was it
Deckmaster.
Deckmaster? Is that what it stood for?
I think it's probably that one. It's got like the 2 lines in it. It's like the D with the 2 lines on the back.
Garfield versus Finkel dual deck. Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, it's Deckmaster series.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that's where the Ice Age lands I think look the best.
Let's attack for 11.
Not that was really relevant to our stream, but
That's
thank you.
irrelevant.
Well, this is a lot of damage.
Yeah, we're attacking for 11 here. There is a 1/2 that can block things. Now, Ryan's at 3. I mean 5.
He's at 5.
This
he still can't make it he can't make Insectile Aberration not attack without taking 2 life. This Ancient Tomb is absolutely killing him.
Yeah, he needed just any one other land at any point. But I'd rather take 2 than 3 here.
Yep.
And I think that's what he's thinking.
He does go to 3.
And he's going to go to 2 with this Grim Monolith. Next turn.
Yep. Untap.
So he had 1 floating from that. Price of Progress for the win. I mean, yeah. 3, he gains 5, 7, all his dust.
Pretty simplistic card. Each player sacrifices all colored permanents.
Yeah, it's 7 mana, kill your Delver Secrets. That gets hit.
That gets forced.
Yep. I'm going to go to 12. Thank you very much.
All right, here's an attack for a lot of damage.
It's 11.
Okay, so
Puts Josh to 2.
This is where we're at. If Josh draws burn, Josh wins. If he doesn't draw burn, then he loses.
Yeah, then Ryan wins.
Does a creature do it? No. No, it doesn't. Lightning bolt.
Well,
oh, Swift Spear.
actually, that does do it. Because he needs to pay 2 and tap.
That's what I was going to say. It would need to have
blocking.
haste.
Yeah. Why didn't he get taxing and search for a burn spell?
Definitely not sure.
I think he wanted to have a forcible just so he couldn't lose the game.
The force definitely looked good. Because this draw does win him the game.
Ryan's there like, Even a turn 2, Endbringer does not win you the game against Blue Red Delver.
Certainly doesn't.
That was a game. Thank you, MTG Bot, with those relevant statements. Always knows what to say, when to say, and when to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially with the Bryce Alter, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Card Endbringer. Josh is looking at it like, can I win this? Do I win this here? End B. Big Daddy B.
I know you just put it in chat, but if one person's curious, then why not just show the people what they want to see?
Show the people what they want to see. So, funny enough, I don't think Ryan even thought about the Monastery Swift Spear coming back. And now this attack they made last turn was like just barely too aggressive. And Ryan has to pick it up.
Should have just attacked with the Endbringer, huh?
Yeah, apparently. I mean, you don't know that. And then he's going to get a Glimmer Void the next turn.
Wow. So, turn 2 Endbringer loses. Not good enough.
Who'da thunk?
All right, we'll take a look at our backup match.
Yeah, let's do that.
Who is currently in the shuffle phase.
It looks like they're about to present, though. But here at Paragon City Games, we have the world's best shuffle cams.
We do.
You get right in on the action, and you have Kyer and I to teach you everything you need to know about
Welcome to Legacy.
Shuffling your Magic cards.
Much shuffle, such wow.
Such wow. I mean, it's kind of like welcome.
We can take a look at our other table and just admire Paul's playmat for a moment, right? That's a thing that we can do.
Admire. Oh my goodness, that Rashad Import though. Oh, he stole my soul.
Mm-hmm.
playmat is on my side.
It is just gorgeous. We'll watch the beginning of this game, but the second we see the Drowsy Post and Blue Red Delver matchup come back, we'll go back over there.
True. There you go.
And maybe we can even see the first turn, so we know who's going first. That would be a good thing. Oh, but Terry decides that we want to shuffle more.
Yeah, he just wants to show us just that excellent shuffle technique. Now, he has kind of a funny thing. It's a flick of his cards that's kind of left over from his Yu-Gi-Oh days. So as he shuffles, he just flicks with his right thumb, which, if you really know what you're looking for, can give you a bunch of information, but only about the bottom of your deck.
Yep.
But I've watched him as he's shuffling, and there's no malicious intent. He's not watching his cards. He just has it as kind of a hangover from when he was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And you kind of had to cheat. But I have talked to him about
Jorgensen, no, it is not to psych people out. He actually plays, I feel like every time he plays lands, he's playing a slightly different version.
I believe he has ports in this one.
But he has been playing ports lately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, the mat is definitely not just to psych people out. Although that mat is sweet.
It is really gorgeous.
I like Spart Adept's comment here. Playing Conduit and Ulamog seemed like a better line than going for the other one we went for.
Yeah.
To get the 3-2 off the board, I like that a lot.
I agree.
If he forces Conduit, he plays Dust next turn. If he doesn't, Ulamog's cast trigger doesn't care about force.
He had Ulamog in hand, too. So, like, does it...
It's the next... It's the next...
I know, but...
Creature spell is 2 less to cast.
Conduit of Ruin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to get something large. I couldn't remember how big it had to be.
7 or greater. Which is pretty easy with his deck.
But this card would be insane if it just searched for a colorless card.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it has to be a creature too. Okay.
That would be super busted. Tell Terry that ghosts are bad. He should feel bad. So obviously, Paul won game 1 because Terry's going first there.
Okay.
Conduit reduces the first creature spell every turn. Yeah, you're right. It's not just the next one. It's the first one every turn. I agree. And you're right. And you should feel bad because Kyra loves ghosts. Except you shouldn't feel bad. But Kyra still loves ghosts.
Oh man, I've won so many games with Tarmogoyf. It's just ridiculous. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Tarmogoyf. Not when they get punishing fired. That's kind of unfortunate.
No, bye-bye, Goyf. We never knew you.
Mikey hates it when people put their lands in front of their creatures. How is it even different? Nothing's changed. It's all on the battlefield. I mean, I keep my lands behind, but I still have no issue. So, no land from Terry. Looks like that game's going to end very, very quickly. We are going to... Oh, my earthquake. Okay.
How dare they?
I know. All right, let's take a look at what's going on.
We get to see turn 1
Ratchet Bomb.
Ancient Tomb Ratchet Bomb. Just doesn't even care.
Yep.
You're at 18. So it's easier to reach and attack with them and stuff if they're close to you.
Would you mind running out there and
stopping people from...
Yes. Okay. Here's a Scalding Tarn. Is somebody actually like intentionally shaking it?
He had his leg up against it and his leg started shaking. He just didn't realize it.
Oh. That's funny. Like, oh, sorry, our camera was like... Alright, Volcanic Island. Yeah, Mikey, I don't know. People have their preference. That's one thing I like about Magic is people kind of get to put their permanents where they like. Everybody keeps their deck and their graveyard in like a different spot, so I have no issue with it. All right, so Gitaxian Probe sees Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. We've got a Ratchet Bomb, a Warping Whale, an Endbringer, and a Ulamog Ceaseless Hunger.
Like a wall. Thanks for your Defender. Yeah, I mean, if Goifer printed with Defender, would probably be about the same as what the format has it do right now.
Yeah.
Fatal Push has really just kind of tanked that card in what it did.
Yeah, it definitely has changed the value of it.
It's like people having their graveyard to the side in front of their deck.
Like I said, we all have our preferences, and that's what's great about Magic is you get to use those preferences.
Yeah. One of the things that we do on camera different than WotC is we allow players to kind of play with the boards that they have because we can tell what's going on for the most part.
Yeah.
And if we're unclear, we just walk right over to them. Like we're in a soundproof room right next to them. And we can just walk right over and say, okay, what's going on here? Like, explain to me. Or, here, make this more clear for us. So, that's true. Making it nice for your opponent. I mean, the beautiful thing about Legacy is we all know most of the interactions well enough.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone in this room, I'd say, is, grinder level Legacy player. Like, they could go to an SCG event and expect to do pretty decent.
Yeah, I agree.
And not be, like, super surprised by any of the decks in the room.
And Mikey's like, yeah, people do what they want for sure. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep, there you go.
Glad we're on the same page. Glad we made it to the same page. Oh, good. I only tease.
We have way too much.
Throw that Kappa. All right. So we've got a Ponder. It sees Brainstorm, Chain Lightning, Mountain. Probably just want this Chain Lightning.
Terry. Tell Terry, Sultai player, I have a good list for him. Okay, I'll let him know. Usually hangs out.
Yeah, Zoila, if you'd like to, you can send us the list in a whisper.
Yeah, you can whisper it to us. You can message our Facebook page. Send an email to requests@paragon2games.com. However you want to do it.
We'll get
You can post the link in here.
Sure.
It'll get to the right place. And MC Mikey has got the Bob Ross Kappa.
Uh-huh. For sure.
With those happy trees.
Uh-huh. With those happy trees. The real happy trees.
Tom Ross, more like Bob Ross. Got him.
Alright. Cavern. Liam Eldrazi.
I don't know if that's what he wants to do, though. Let's be honest. Just looks at me. What?
Yeah, maybe he named 8.
You don't know him.
No, I don't.
Actually, you do know Ryan pretty well.
Ryan's a good guy.
Ryan is a good guy. He's like, so I told you, like, he showed up today for Tuesday, and I was like, you're here on a Tuesday. What's the world coming to? He's like, yeah, I told you when I finished school. I'm like, I know, but like, you're here on a Tuesday.
Go back to where you came from.
Yeah, I mean, he actually lives like, 5 minutes away from the store.
Yeah. Okay, so Trinity Nemesis comes down, which probably isn't the biggest worry for Ryan since he has a Ratchet Bomb on board. He can take a couple hits, but the fact that Urborg is making it so Ancient Tomb can tap for mana without dealing him damage, it's actually just incredibly relevant.
Oh, yeah. So are we deciding if we're casting the Endbringer here? Is that kind of what's going on? Like you can cast it through a Force of Will.
Of course you have to cast. Like, what else are you going to do?
I mean, getting a 5/5 that untaps and can draw you cards over the next couple of turns is pretty good.
I think...
Yes. Yeah, Ray, it's 4 rounds.
4 rounds. 4 rounds on Tuesdays.
And for Ray and Nate and anyone else who's a local here or is planning on coming out, I have confirmation from Ben Friedman that he'll be here. And one of his local grinder friends. So we'll see some of the Vegas crew up here.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Just whispered. Okay. We see it. That is a list right there.
Yep. We can show them that.
Utah is strangely competitive. It is a strangely competitive scene, you're right.
That is so true.
We actually, so I was talking with Alex Sittner, who's one of the more well-known pros out of Utah, right?
Most.
MC Mikey moved from Minnesota, yeah. It is kind of surprising. I played in Seattle at Mox Boarding House, which is a really competitive scene as well, and I was kind of blown away at how well prepared I was for it because of how competitive the scene is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have a high per capita.
Price of progress. This is a price of progress. All right, so Josh is like, I'm gonna take 2. You're gonna take 8. Did I mention that's lethal?
Ryan's like, That's a card right there. It's a thing you can do.
And poor Ryan's like, yep, and it's an instant. I can't even counter it with a warping whale.
Oh no!
All right, look at this. Joshua is like going for 2 undefeated tournaments in a row.
I like it.
Wow. All right,
I also hope we get a big crowd. I'm excited for it.
So for the first, this is the first time we've actually had some time to kill, right?
Well, it looks like Paul already won. Well, we had a little bit of time to kill at the end of round 1, but it was kind of short.
Not really. We went to turns in both.
Didn't we? Well, we pulled it back to the back cam for a couple minutes.
Maybe.
It was a couple while Cora was talking.
And our other match is over. I would assume that Lance stole that nice and easy.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, so Alex Sittner, I was talking with him, and I'm like, we need some more pros out of Utah. And he's like, actually, per capita, we're probably one of the top 10 like pros per Magic player states in the United States.
It wouldn't surprise me.
We have a lot of actual like good pros and like mid-level grinders here that can go and take stuff down.
Something to mention though is like we have a lot of players that that play like a pro that like aren't. Right? True. I know quite a few people who like if they just like tried, they could probably get on the pro tour.
Like I mean, Corey's one of them. He's literally day 2 to every GP he's gone to except the very first one.
I can't believe that Corey hasn't gone to one.
Call Terry and bring him the light. We'll let him know after round 4.
Definitely.
We'll pull him in and make sure to show him that.
Bring him the light.
Well, it's like
show him the way it needs to be.
So I mean, funny enough, right? Ben Friedman was here for the last 2 regional RPTQs, like the regional Pro Tour qualifiers. He came up to Utah from Vegas, and so like you see people like that traveling in. We get Mike Flores every once in a while, and some of those guys. Is it Mike Flores? Yeah, that wrote all those Magic books.
Yeah,
like everyone above age 16 I played against here, I could see winning a PPTQ. I agree.
Wouldn't surprise me, Mikey.
Most everyone you play here in Utah at least knows their stuff well enough.
Yeah, it's actually really incredible because even the people that I talk to that like in comparison to myself lack experience, right?
Mm-hmm. You and I are some of the old guard when it comes to Magic players.
I love this community, and can I just say, it's been fun to be a part of it because for years I've just wanted to be like kind of a casual sit back player. And I'm just like, no, I like everybody I hear, they're like, yeah, like my goal is to be on the Pro Tour. I've never had that goal. Like I never set that bar for myself ever.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, you were the one who were like, Kyra, you're gonna prepare for this GP, and I'm like, okay. Let's start preparing. I'm going to play John. Let's do it.
Hooray!
And so I day 2 this GP, and I feel like there are a lot of people like me in this state where, like, if they really wanted to, they could do really well, but they like where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fun place to be. Like,
yeah.
Magic in Utah is
being a gamer in Utah. You don't even have to just be a Magic player, but being a gamer in Utah, this is a great place to be a gamer.
It really is.
There's a lot of places to go. There's a lot of people who play what you play. There's a lot of things to do. And like MC Mikey said, like, yeah, it takes some luck, but I mean, a lot of the times, like these players are making their own look very well.
Yeah,
and that's
pick the right deck. Like I tell people, like people come to me and they're like, hey, what deck should I play for this event? And I'm like, well, where do you think you're positioned skill wise? Like what are you trying to do? Well, if you feel like you're lesser, then we need to pick a deck that can push you past people with a large amount of skill. Let's like you're playing modern.
Yeah,
okay,
let's put you lower on the experience gap.
Let's put you on Tron. Let's put you on Bogles.
Mm-hmm.
Decks that tend to pick up free wins or whatever, and just it's fun to see these people with skill just thrive here. It's great.
40 minutes to get to a card shop in Utah. It's surprising if you have to go more than maybe 15. Pretty much anywhere in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And Paragon is only 15 to 20 minutes away. There you go.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Man, people come here from Logan. It's over an hour. That's like how far is that?
Especially in the snow. Oh, it's a good 100 miles or so.
Yeah, that's insane.
And there's a big canyon you have to go through that has snow closures.
I love it when our Logan guys are here because
and Ryan was one of those guys.
Yeah, Ryan is. Yeah,
your IQ is in the single digits. Sneak and chose the deck for you.
See,
also true.
Well, I don't usually measure it by IQ, but I mean you can.
If you think take Magic to a super competitive level, the fun is the game fades away. That's true. For a lot of people, the Pro Tour just kind of saps the fun of the game away, and it's finding that balance of enjoying the travel for it and enjoying kind of that grind, and getting over a couple of the hurdles and stuff, or just saying, hey, this isn't for me, I'm glad I did it once, let's go and find something else to do with my life and play my locals.
I get more anxiety than I would like to admit being in a room full of people, like a lot of people.
Oh, I'm the same way.
And I'll go to a GP, I'll make it work, I enjoy my time, but it's not comfortable for me, and that's what's been fun is next thing you know, I'm working here, right? So I have one GP day 2 under my belt, and I got my first pro point, and I'm like, yes, let's do this. And then Brian's like, oh, did I mention you're going to Portland?
Surprise.
You're gonna play standard there. And I was like, wait, first off, you're sending me to a GP. Second off, you're gonna make me play standard. So I prepped for it, and I went 9-5-1.
That's not bad.
Which is not a bad
record.
You
didn't get your second pro point, Kyra.
I didn't. I missed it. I had to win my last round, and I did not.
How dare you? See, and Jeff is like, I'd drive an hour to play Legacy at Paragon.
Yeah, I mean, we have people from Layton, like a group of people from Layton, like to come up and play Legacy
frequently.
Here. Yeah.
Hey, the Duckus, thanks for following. Yeah, I mean, Kyra loves Cube. I'll draft the new set when it comes out. And I agree, competition's another level of fun. I like doing it every once in a while, but I don't like it being every day for me. I definitely need my, hey, I'm gonna just rest and do some stupid stuff like playing.
I think the maximum amount of GPs I could attend in a year would be between 4 and 5, or somewhere around there.
I did 7 in 1 year, and that was a lot. It was
that's a lot of travel.
There were 2 or 3 months where it was every other week that I was traveling for, and I was in school and stuff. And those were some of the worst grades I ever got, just because I just wasn't paying attention. We need unstable drafts, essentially. Unstable drafts are great.
We've fired so many of those. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
they're fantastic.
Gone through a lot of product for it. I am so pumped for New Year's Eve. Oh, I'm pumped for the 30th. I can't wait to see that tournament. It's gonna be so much fun to see that much Legacy going on.
I am so excited.
And I gotta go out and I gotta be on the floor. And since Bryce is gonna be co-casting with you, I can be your eyes in the sky for the.
You're our floor judge?
I won't be the floor judge per se, but I'll be at the table.
Are you going to be our person bringing us all of our information and stuff?
Yeah, I'll be giving you the information, telling you what's going on.
Excellent.
Make sure you guys have deck lists and whatnot.
Oh, that's another thing.
Yeah, we actually get deck lists for this.
We actually get deck lists.
Mm-hmm. Competitive REL, there you go.
We've talked about doing deck lists for this stream many a time, but
we did it when we first started streaming. We got into doing the deck lists. It just kind of became a hassle for the players as they were coming. And so we kind of stopped doing that. But
it's a smaller event. Nobody likes filling out a deck list before their event,
Yeah, and we never really got the electronic submission to take off. So once we get a better electronic submission thing, and people can be like, "Oh, I just changed these cards," and have kind of an updated list online at all times, that would be nice. Having that information is so good. It was really good for our community early on. Yeah. now it's kind of like you go in blind unless you know the room really well. You kind of go in blind as to what people are playing. But I'm sure for the 1K this weekend, we'll see a lot of people doing a lot of different things. They've kind of been testing on the side, not really showing up and be like, surprise, I play Storm.
Perry Repo says that him and his roommates are going to be hosting a party on the 30th. They apologize for some illegible and unintelligent things.
It's okay. We'll make fun of you just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Can I have wine? Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. What do you think? Zola says, what do you think about Masters 25? The rumor in Europe is that Rashad Import is going to be reprinted. We've definitely heard that. No confirmations yet, but I'm excited. I think the Iconic Masters was, well, a bust. Honestly, it was easily the worst Master Set printed so far.
It's the worst Master Set printed so far. There's still enough value and stuff in the singles that the boxes aren't totally valueless.
Yes.
Picking up at 145 or whatever on TCG Player is great. Like, I'm planning on just opening more boxes because singles are worth enough for me to do it. And there's decent cards in it. But the misnomer, the product fatigue that was going on, putting it into big box retailers really kind of killed the set. I'm excited for Masters 25, and I absolutely think there's a Rashad Import reprint. It's either that or it's coming in a standard set, and most people are saying that it can't come in a standard set, so I'm going to say it's 25. Like, set Marcadian Masks just pretty much needs to be reprinted. There's enough Commander cards and whatever from it, despite how low of a power level overall the set is. There's enough reprintable cards that there are going to be rares out of Marcadian Masks in Masters 25.
I would hope so. I wish they could print something like that in standard. Because honestly, I don't think Rashad Import would do a lot to standard, and I mean that.
I think we'd see it played in control decks, and I think it'd be a 2 or 3 of. But I think
it would affect modern enough that they would rather it not be a thing.
Yeah, giving another taxes strategy, hate bears and stuff, that extra thing might be a little too much.
Oh yeah, ports get reprinted. I'll be picking up my playset.
Yeah, well, and it's
hopefully it has good art.
Yeah,
because we all know there will be new art, and everybody will be disappointed.
I don't think everyone will be. Like, with the new Force of Will, the new Force of Will is now worth more than the original Force of Will.
It is really gorgeous.
And it comes in foil. And, like, Rashad Import comes in foil, but when they're infinite dollars from the original set, like, that price is not really going to change. It's like the Lorwyn foil Thoughtseizes. Yeah. That price is not going to change even with a new one coming in foil.
Jorgensen, there could be good new art. Yeah, but Jorgensen, there could be bad new art.
There could be very bad new
art. Are you scared or are you excited?
Depends on how many pirate ships they put in. Like, I could see it printed in Rivals of Ixalan. Honestly, I could see it printed in Rivals of Ixalan. But, like, that would be pretty insane. How much did Death and Taxes and Build and Sleeve just waiting for the port?
See, that's how I feel. Is it probably would look out of place on a new border.
I think the old port art, yeah, it would look very out of place. The old port art really works because of the border that it's in.
Don't let those filthy standard hands
touch ports. Should be able to do shocklands and filter and cycling.
Oh my goodness.
That
was like a really prejudiced statement against like standard players. I've never heard it.
Hey, everyone's a hero in our books. Well, not everyone. Most people are heroes. Maybe not time.
The way that Zoila said that's totally a conversation around Utah. It's like snowboarders versus skiers. That's kind of what it like reminded me of. It was like, you know, a snowboarder like picks up a ski and they're just like, "What are you doing? Don't touch that! Like, get away!
This is not for you."
Yeah,
chocolate much too good for children. Like,
have they announced a Conspiracy 3?
They haven't.
They haven't.
But if it does happen, I think Ibrahim's right that it'll be.
So far, I've really enjoyed the Conspiracy sets, so I hope that they do another one.
Yeah, Port is much more likely to be in a supplementary set than in a standard set. It could be in Commander sets next year. Like, that could be one of the chase cards. But then it needs to be in like every Commander deck next year. I
was gonna say, if that happens, the prices are gonna be way too high. There's no way they could do it in Commander. They need to do it in an ongoing set.
Well, we're getting like all of Rivals spoiled next week, so we'll find out soon. You're right, Rivals is like 2 weekends away.
Yeah, Rashad Import fits right in with the whole Ixalan thing, you know, pirates, ports.
Who knew?
I don't know. It makes sense. Like, I just don't know if the ability is something that they can justify putting into standard.
It's a tough one. I mean, there could be kind of a functional reprint where it's like 2 mana, or it's like a colorless or something, so it's harder to do. More white hate bears in Conspiracy 3. Seriously. I mean,
we keep getting stuff like that in Conspiracy, where it's like
Death and Taxes doesn't need to be that much better against Food Chain. Last time I drafted Conspiracy, everyone else at the table took it like a serious draft and was just kind of being dumb. You know, honestly, that's how I draft every set now. I'm just like, what's the silliest thing I can do in this draft format? Oh, I lost. Okay.
Last Conspiracy, I just drafted walls, blue-red walls, and then Iconic Masters came out, and I'm like, well,
I just draft blue-red walls.
And I only did one draft of Iconic Masters, and guess what I drafted?
Rest in peace, I'm a stick. No. I'm not okay with that being a card.
Yeah, I did draft the red blue walls, and I also 3-0'd.
2 toughness, rest in peace on the stick. Still no. Dread of Night has to be able to kill it. That's the worst thing about Sanctum Prelate is Dread of Night doesn't kill it. Yeah, you're right.
Containment Priest.
Especially when I'm playing Show and Tell. That's a deck that I actually wouldn't mind picking up. They play with Scares being gods. I mean, why not? Would Rest in Peace on the stick be easier to kill?
It would be easier to kill.
Not really for Food Chain. Like, I mean, yeah, I'd have Walking Blisters and whatnot, but Abrupt K is a great magic card. Bad. No.
2 toughness is just fine.
But
Punishing Fire can still kill it.
Being searchable is the big thing.
Yeah.
Them being able to be like, Recruiter to the guard, rest in peace. I just can't have that as a thing. Can't let that be. I cannot let it be. Let it be. Rakshasa, the Death Stealer. It's cheaper. Please no. I'm going to just say no to all these ideas, guys. Legendary Fliplands into Rashadan Port. I could see that as a possibility. Like we're getting Tolarian Academy.
People keep talking about that card, and I just do not think that is a card that will do anything. Am I
definitely
just
not standard? Maybe a Thopter Foundry deck in Legacy.
It's 4 mana.
It's a lot.
It's 4 mana.
Or a Thopter Foundry deck in Modern might potentially have use for it, but like even then.
Legacy's like the only place I could see it, just because it flip easily and you can cast stuff like Ulamog off of it.
Well, so here's a card that I would be fine with: a Relic of Progenitus on a stick, where you have to pay. You only get the first ability, and it's exile both graveyards.
It'd be like another
pay
Death
1
Ray
sack,
Shaman.
exile it.
That sounds like
make it a 2/1 that costs 3. Sorry, it's definitely a card for Modern. Ugh. It's 4 mana. You wouldn't have to storm off. You have to storm off to get it on the field and then storm off afterwards. Yeah, that's also a thing. Enough with Death and Taxes cards. What a pump they've gotten with Recruiter. Yeah, Recruiter is just insane.
Right, exactly.
The reason why Imperial Recruiter was like so balanced is that it was in red.
Yeah, but like even Imperial Recruiter like needs a reprint, and I don't because they printed the other Recruiter. I don't think that they're ever going to reprint Imperial Recruiter, which is sad.
Yeah,
I like Imperial Recruiter.
The functional reprint was
a good functional reprint. It was great. Enough. I'm glad they did it.
Yeah,
Tez already had plenty of 4-drops, and it's the
they don't need the Tolarian Academy flip.
No, they don't. Tezzeret's fantastic without it. It doesn't need it.
See, I'm just not happy that we told him that no more Death and Taxes cards.
Well, Jeff, do you have any other ideas we can shoot down?
Chalice with legs. Chalice with legs only if it's like an Eldrazi, and you have to have colorless mana to cast it.
Chalice with legs, Prelate, done.
That was so dumb.
Card's awesome.
I hate Prelate. It stops Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, it's great.
It stops Abrupt Decay. It says,
dude, I play Abrupt Decay. I play Abrupt Decay, and I still think the card's great. But then I just Punishing Fire.
Yeah, except if they have it on 2, then you can't Punishing Fire it.
Sorry, I'll Lightning Bolt it. Jeez.
Yeah, you're right. I'll just Fatal Push it.
Yeah, I'm afraid to push it.
Walking Ballista.
I'll K-Command it. It doesn't matter.
We'll get around it. Oh man, it was
my first instinct is to Punishing Fire it. I am like the smartest person.
Prelate better than Chalice.
Oh, yeah.
Prelate much better than Chalice. What still kills lands? Let's see. Prelate still kills lands. Unforgiven. Thanks for the follow. Let's see if you can make it in.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving this, guys. The round is almost over now. We've killed like 20 minutes. We lost some viewers, but thank you so much for everybody being patient and staying with us. Thanks for bringing up some conversations and just hanging out.
Chalice with legs can die in a fire. No, never. Well, it exists. Yeah, lone Punishing Fire. That's all you need.
Punishing Fire with legs.
So you mean?
I'm sorry. They just continue to want to put legs on things. What if we give Bloodbraid Elf 2 more legs?
So it's
what does that do to it?
Bloodbraid Centaur. We'd have to go.
Does that make Bloodbraid a Planeswalker?
We'd have to go back to Dominaria and there would be like cascade thresholds. It would be like threshold, cascade.
See, Static Grip wants a white Rex Age. Guys, you know, basically what I'm hearing
It's
is
incredibly likely with the current design.
all of us
Hang your
are
back, brother.
all of us are incredibly intelligent, and all of us should get what we want. That's what I think.
Oh my goodness. So I've started going back to the Time Spiral books. I stopped playing Magic right before Time Spiral came out. That was a mistake. Because that was going back to Dominaria, one of my favorite sets.
Zoila goes, Grim Lava Mancer in black. Isn't that just Deathrite? Like right?
Hey, wait a second. Except it's just better, because Deathrite Shaman's just better.
Isn't that just
Deathrite Shaman without legs.
without legs?
Let's make it a black-green enchantment.
Oh,
that would make it so much better.
Oh, it'd be incredible.
I would play it in a heartbeat.
Oh man.
Actually, in Food Chain, Deathrite Shaman's a really good card.
Could you imagine if it wasn't a creature? Abrupt Decay would be everywhere.
Yep. Drop the cards for the next journey. So anyways, I've been reading the Time Spiral stuff. I am so excited for Dominaria. And you know, one of the last sets that Richard Garfield designed was Innistrad.
Yeah.
And how much of a success that was.
Oh, it was a fantastic block.
Like, Dominaria. Like, guys, the set is going to be amazing. Like, when Richard Garfield is geeking out over Magic sets, you know it's going to be good Magic. Like, I cannot wait for April. It cannot come soon enough. And I'm sure there's going to be so many good Legacy playables in it.
You know what we should do? We should just stop the stream and hibernate.
Until then.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. No,
There's a
Fairy, Joyra, and Karn were revealed on the artwork for it.
No.
Legitimately. This happened yesterday. Like, they were revealing it yesterday.
We'll talk about it after the match. We're going to start out.
Go to magic.wizards.com, and then we'll put in the names because people are coming. Yep. No, you're gonna have to go to products.
Future release.
Coming soon. Scroll on. Dominaria.
All right. Okay. It looks like. Hold on. We'll pan over real quick.
Guys, if you didn't see this already, this is the spoiler art for Dominaria. They put it up on product
Fairy and Karn.
And look at the Weatherlight in the background.
Oh yes.
So he lost his, or he gave up his spark to mend the plane.
Yeah, so he's gonna be a legendary creature. And then
no, he could be getting his spark back. And the thing is Joyra never had a spark,
but she should. Oh, she can become a planeswalker.
There's potential. See, there may be a thing where Karn sacrifices his spark back to them, and I'm hoping we don't have Phyrexia here. I hope this is a Nicol Bolas world. Because all these planeswalkers have been around each other since the beginning. And like a fight to end all fights and stop Nicol Bolas here would be spectacular. And it's a way to like kind of open into a new space in Magic. I'm super excited for it. Yeah, Karn has Venser's Spark. Karn met with Tony Stark apparently.
So. Oh my goodness.
I do not want Phyrexian versus Slumbers, guys.
So let's see what's going on. We have Josh versus Paul. Now this is like the most legendary matchup ever, right?
Blue Red Delver. So
no, this is Joshua. Sorry,
Joshua versus Paul.
Okay,
so it's Blue Red Delver versus Lance, and the backup table is Terry versus Dixon. I'm gonna go check up on his deck really quick.
Okay. Let me get this all plugged in for you guys. We can get started. I'm gonna see some finals going on. Interesting. It's not making me transition. Okay. So we have Blue Red Delver versus Lance. We also have Terry on Sultai Delver. Ixalan isn't even over and people are ready to leave the plane. It's most I think it's because everybody who actually got to play with the Dominaria cards and like play for that time, I think that's why there's so much excitement. Sorry, what?
Chris. He's back on camera. He fought back from that first round loss to now be 2-1.
So we have Affinity versus Sultai Delver, and we have Blue-Red Delver versus Lands.
You got Kevin Hart's play Teferi. That's right.
What's the verdict, guys?
I say we watch the undefeated match.
Okay, then that's the one that we're on.
Which Blue-Red Delver versus Lands. It should go pretty quickly. I would love a Flame Tongue Kava reprint.
Oh, well, that's the sucky thing is we kind of got it. Sand Strangler is like the kind of dumbed down Flame Tongue Kavu. I don't think we're getting a reprint. We just barely got this Sand Strangler dealio, dude. He's too much. He's too similar. I'd be way too surprised to see Flame Tongue Kavu. Kavu would be everywhere. That card's insane.
Card's so good. This is storyline for Ixalan. Everyone wants to leave. Exactly. They're all trying to get to Dominaria.
Or a Masterpiece. Do we know if there's going to be Masterpieces for Dominaria?
There hasn't been an announcement yet.
There should.
But I would love that. And also Food Chain Masterpieces.
All right. Shifting gears, guys. Let's get to this match.
I do like this Karn 3 minus the turn 3 win. That's like 8 mana just to piss modern players off.
All right. So turn 1 from Paul. Looks like he just played a Mox Diamond pitching a Wooded Foothills. And then Josh was going to play a Delver on turn 1.
Yeah, he even fetches a basic there.
Yep.
Super heads up on it.
Mm-hmm. He knows.
Well, Paul's like, where's my Punishing Fire?
Yeah.
Bro. Give me Punishing Fire.
He didn't have it. Okay, so turn...
So it looks like triggers on the stack for this Brainstorm. And he's going to either put like a Force or a Daze or something back on top. Do old frame border foils of cards. I would love that as Masterpieces.
That would be amazing, Raceland M.
Especially, well, I would, not necessarily just, if they extended it just a little bit. Or did borderless art Masterpieces.
Revised edition Masterpieces.
White border, non-foil.
Ugh.
Printing mistakes. You have to have Summer Era Unlimited and all that.
I'm going to see white border foils. Ew. I don't know if I could deal with that. First time ever. All right. Looks like they're just making sure everything's clear.
I'm gonna make sure everything went back off the Brainstorm. I know we flipped over a Force of Will. They're double checking the card counts.
He should have everything.
Okay, they're moving forward.
Yeah, already. We actually just talking about Rashad and Port. And the possibility of it coming back. So
Planeswalker Masterpieces. That would be a fun one too.
Definitely think about that.
White border glows in the dark.
Oh my goodness. Ray, that is the most amazing idea I have ever heard.
Might have some tournament implications that we'd have to be worried about.
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, they'd look pretty sweet. We definitely are.
Brian, don't ruin this for me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Kyer. I don't know what to say. How can I make it up to you?
Don't.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna alter all your cards with glow in the dark or ultraviolet paint or whatever.
Let it go. Quiet you.
Let's hold off on doing Masterpieces again until the cards stop curling back into their original
Sparano just understands life.
He has got it down. He's like a Zen master or something.
Seriously.
Senpai, teach us your ways.
All right, now so he used Brainstorm to set up his Delver flip.
Did his ponder?
He's just gonna ponder.
Yeah,
ponder, attack for 3, pass the turn.
You're at 17.
All right, Paul, what you got?
Hi, I'm Paul.
Mox Diamond is going to tap to cast a Molten Vortex.
That usually does things and stuff against that Delver.
Yeah, quite a few things and stuff.
I mean, there is a Forcible and at least one blue card in Josh's hand.
I think this is Force Fodder.
I mean, it's a win con too.
Right, and there aren't very many coming from Paul, so I like this Force of Will quite a lot. He does need to make sure that there are the things like
no, it doesn't. Shh.
He does need
a Kappa for it.
Yeah.
Kappa for our troubles.
He does need to make sure that
Hey, look,
my
Rashad
goodness.
Import.
Crop rotation.
That is the thing that could happen.
Crop rotation and exploration are the ones that you just don't want lands players to have.
Yep. Certainly, Paul. Like, what's the Delver playing try? What Delver playing trying to do? Get one threat and keep it alive. And stopping a Molten Vortex does both of those things. So Watsy's going to get around. They're going to make all new cards into scrolls and move Mats away from play.
Yeah, Mikey, we've the dice have worked for us for a while because we were just decent at keeping track. We probably should get like an iPad out there, or
I haven't found a good enough program that I like putting up.
Yeah, we could explore options.
Can he just use his opponent to tap his? Yeah, he needs to have two playmats though, one that produces the mana and one that taps to tap them down. And it's just like not super feasible because always having to like tap it. And, yeah, it's just a lot of work. They'll definitely go to time.
Alright, just call it a punt every time he doesn't.
Yeah, goodness. You have 2 Rashad imports, bro. Come on. But if you like to whisper at us good apps for displaying life totals, we'll definitely take a look at that.
Yeah.
Because that is an improvement that we would love to do.
The problem is we would want the players to be able to keep track of the life total, not us. As it turns out, talking while watching and keeping track of life total and board state, like just adding one more thing. I'm sorry, there's just no way I could do it accurately
until we have a full like a production crew like Watsy has or whatever doing all that stuff. Like
we would need a table, like a table judge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd definitely help. But there is a second playmat, but that playmat, like the second playmat, doesn't tap for mana, guys.
Okay, so targets have been made. He's gonna let this life from the loam resolve.
Yeah, the Paragon one doesn't tap for mana. It just reminds you that where all heroes play. Yep.
Which is all the reminder we ever needed.
That's all you need. I'm wondering if MC Mikey is Magic Mike, MTG. In other words, now I just blanked on his last name. He's the Legacy player that comes here and plays with Legacy, but is also a pro. Mike Hindraker.
Mike Hindraker?
I'm wondering if that's
possibly
our Mikey. I didn't think he moved from Minnesota though. Mike Jardine. Okay, there we go.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, MC Mike.
Yeah, you'll have to come play some Legacy.
There's too many Mikes.
Or have you before?
He's come and played here before.
I'm so much better with faces than names. It's bad.
It's true. So it's a Mazavith. You're right. The Paragon City mat is a Mazavith. MC Mike, we both have Legacy decks.
You just do draft? Know. Yeah, I was going to say, like, oh my goodness, there are so many Legacy decks floating around this store. If you ever wanted to play, it would be
You're
really
practically
easy
swimming
on a deck.
Yeah. You could fill a small kiddie pool with the Legacy decks that we have at the store.
Like, most tournaments start, and because I'm casting, I'm, like, supplying, like, 2 Legacy decks to people.
Ollie Rye. So Ollie Rye is Alan Wright, right? I am going to say yes, there should be a decent-sized crowd. If we don't break 35, I'd be very surprised.
I agree.
I think, like, I would love to see 50, 60 players, but we'll probably get low to mid-40s. That's my guess. That's my best guess.
Any shardless? There is one player who plays a shardless version with Bloodbraid Elves in his deck, so kind of a splash of red. But not sure.
Alan Wright will be here. There we go.
Awesome.
Absolutely be willing to do that. There you go. Any shardless? Who has shardless to borrow, though? I'm sure some people could put it together.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If you want to play a real deck that's not shardless, and it's called Food Chain, I'll teach you how to play it.
All right, Wasteland, Tabernacle, and Ghost Quarter come off of this Life from the Loam. Now
that's true. Jeff does lend out duels, and I have one or two that I can lend out.
I have some as well.
So if you have most everything else, like specifically, I have a Bayou that I can lend out right now.
I have many.
See, he could do Food Chain. Borrow my Food Chain deck. Just
there you go.
Just don't riffle shuffle the cards.
I handed my deck to Gavin today because Gavin's playing Nick's Fit, and that's like the first thing he did, and I was just like, "What are you doing?"
No. Jorgensen, that's Bryce's class. Bryce is on mastering the art of punt. Mine is on just not drawing the right cards, except exactly when you need them.
Yeah,
but only then.
Quote 13. Come on, guys. Quote 13.
You've watched enough Menguchi to know the rudiments of Storm. You can't afford the entry cost of owning a legacy deck. I understand that. Yeah. Also, Menguchi is great as an introduction to the format. If you want like the nuances and stuff, you need to play it yourself because Menguchi misses that for the most part. Because he's picking up so many new decks and not really learning them all. I just cringed when I watched him play Fujin. Like, you could have won right there. But it's probably the same as when people were cringing over my Storm plays.
Oh my goodness. Every time I play a new deck, I'm like, what am I doing? I couldn't believe I 4-1'd with Turbo Depths the first time I ever played it. Like, I swear I butchered my entire way through that league. And then with Elves, I did the same thing. I'm like jumping on Elves, knowing it was going to be hard. Butcher through every flip and play, still go 4-1 in the league. And I'm just like, what is going on right now?
Oh, yeah. Menguchi has been a great thing for Legacy to give a lot of people introductions to a lot of decks. Absolutely. So you can understand what's going on. I love his content, and he's just a cool human being.
Yeah, he really is.
But, the nuances and stuff, some of that content has yet to exist.
All right, so catching up a touch.
Better lucky than good. That's how it is. Can confirm Turbo Depths made Luxac history on MTGO. Can confirm. I did go
when I did that, or what?
No, when I went runner to win against Death in Texas.
Really?
I went Dark Depths into Thespian Stage into Sagiri Step, literally to win the game.
Like if it wasn't that, you would have lost.
That was literally what I needed to win the game.
Oh my goodness!
And I did it, and everyone watched me do it, especially Jorgensen.
Quote 13.
I think that's actually why it became a quote. I forget what the exact moment was, but it had to do. It was when I was there. Delver going the distance here. Yeah, Delver's Secrets, like, Insectile Aberration is like a card. Well, that's a card right there.
Well, Chasm's on the board.
You can't take damage. Wonder if that was against me. It might have been against you, Alan. Can't remember. I know we've played against each other a couple times.
So he's showing Joshua. He's going, hey, look, I've got Glacial Chasm on the board, which is a card that we are totally going to pull up right now because it's kind of relevant.
Glacial Chasm. It's damage and not loss of life, right?
Yes.
Prevent all damage that we
dealt. So I'm going to show you guys the newer version of the card because it's a little easier to read.
That's also
That's
true.
the only reason I'm showing this one over.
See, I love what Perry Interpost is saying. Stink and Show borrowed a deck, hadn't played Legacy in 2 years, took second place in Winter Lotus for a 750 split. And it can be, I have blundered through that deck and gotten 3-2s and 4-1s that I had no business winning online. Like, no business whatsoever. And, it's a ham sandwich. Like, you can hand that deck to someone that's been playing Magic for 2 weeks maybe, and like you're not sure if they've been playing a full 2 weeks, and they'd probably like win a tournament or take second place.
That's good. My favorite experience against Sneak and Show was this last time I played Nick's Fit. I'm not sure how many of you were actually watching that, but seriously, my opponent literally goes turn 1, play Ancient Tomb, play Lotus Petal, show and tell, put in Emrakul, I go put in Rector. And then it goes, my turn, I draw, I play Phyrexian Tower and sack my Rector and go get Overwhelming Splendor.
And concedes right there.
And proceed to win the game. And then in game 2, almost the exact same thing happened.
Yeah.
Oh no, they attacked me with Emrakul.
Yeah, they got a sneak attack out. You had 3 lands and a Veteran Explorer. They attack, make you sack everything, put you to 3.
I get 2 lands.
I
go land, play Rector, flashback Cabal Therapy, kill, go get Overwhelming Splendor.
You go get Overwhelming Splendor and win the game. You go to 1 life to do it too. It was insane. You had to do 2 fetch lands. That was insane. Let's see. Jeff is saying it was me. What was Jeff? Does all the things or draws the wrong half of everything and does nothing. It's true. That is what happens with show and tell. Well, so much for this Delver player, because there is a Glacial Chasm. But Paul just tapped out against a 3-2 in the air.
I think Thespian Stage is a copy of Glacial Chasm. So I think that's worth mentioning.
I think that's what it is. Otherwise, it's like game over, and they're actually still playing. So I'm pretty sure you're right. Glacial Chasm, guys. Cards in crazy land.
In crazy. Jeff, maybe that has happened to you, but was that me that was? Did I play against you and that happened? I want to say that did happen actually in paper, but I was talking about an online league that I did. But yeah, I think something similar to that did happen against you as well, Jeff.
Yeah, Kyer showed me the replay today. He's like, "Did you see this thing that I did?" And I was like, "No, but I can totally guess what happened."
He just watches it back and he's just busting up the whole time. He's
yeah,
like,
I just knew exactly what happened.
So
like I'm watching a show and tell go off, and he's got Phyrexian Tower and Rector in hand. I'm just like, oh, and
all right. So Paul lost his 2 life for the Glacial Chasm that is Thespian Stage, and plays a new Thespian Stage. So this next turn the trigger goes on the stack for Thespian's for Glacial Chasm. He's going to make a copy of it with the other Thespian Stage and let it die, and he just gets to loop this.
I mean, he's at 1.
Oh, in the win a box. That's right, Jeff. I remember. That was crazy.
Kyer, you have problems.
Nyx Fit is so much fun to play. I love it.
That deck is a lot of fun to play.
It really is.
Just has some crazy lines where you're like, turn 2 Overwhelming Splendor. Hey, look, we got another Glacial Chasm, guys.
So, just to be clear, this Thespian Stage is the card that I have pulled up on the screen at the moment.
Yep,
oh yeah, you were playing. Okay, I definitely remember, 100%.
It like just gets so many people. They're like, "What's going on?" And you're like, "I got him."
All right, here we go. Thespian Stage, Wasteland, and Glacial.
Ghost Quarter. He has Glacial Chasm in his hand.
Well, does he? Okay.
He's got a Chasm loop, but doesn't have Exploration.
Play Thespian Stage, so he's got the loop.
He's got the loop, but he doesn't really lock it.
Right, exactly. So Ray is saying that, Echo MTG is saying, yeah, the loop has been demonstrated, but the problem is there's no exploration, so he can't actually make progress until he finds an exploration and can start actually like trying to get a 2020 on the board.
Yeah, how does Josh react to this? He has to find a Wasteland, and Blue Red Delver doesn't play Wasteland.
It does not play Wasteland.
That or he has to have a Pithing Needle on Thespian Stage. Or something. Like a Pithing Needle means that his last Glacial Chasm has 1 turn, and then Josh can take over.
Yeah, that would do it. I don't see his deck as the type that would have a Pithing Needle, but maybe it does.
How do you get Exploration if you keep loaming? I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, Jay Winner, you can't.
You're not wrong.
He needs to start natural drawing, but
yeah, you need 1 turn without loaming and drawing exactly Exploration. Or maybe a good gamble.
So, Ray, you play this deck absolutely a ton, and you're very competent with it. Oh, okay, so I was actually just going to ask, what are the outs? Ray says your outs become gamble and exploration.
Yep.
Those are the things that are needed.
Okay. Well, he's going to loam here. There's a Mana Bond and 2 lands. This is just a tough position we're coming back from. And it's already, game 1's already happened, right?
Tranquil Thicket makes it so that he can continue the loop and draw cards, correct?
Kind of. He's just not fun. He's going to run him out of lands first. Yeah.
Perhaps.
There's another Thespian Stage. Josh. I mean, he's continuing to play because he sees that it's pretty unsustainable for Paul to continue doing this. Like, it kind of sucks to be on the other side of the table from it, but also you just need to, he just needs to start pushing forward. Just start pressuring him. It's fine to play your Storm Chaser Mage here. It's fine to start getting these things out and doing them, right?
Yep.
I think you tap 2 basics, but I'm not a doctor.
Nope.
I'm in fact,
I checked.
I may be.
You know who is a doctor? Dr. Muggy.
Dr. Muggy is a doctor.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to get my doctorate someday, so you have to call me Dr. Anderson instead of Mr. Anderson.
That'd be amazing.
I would be a doctor. And then I'll be like, oh wait, I am a doctor.
Oh, I'd call you doctor all the time.
Doctor?
You would eventually hate me.
I don't think that's true, but okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
there's no way you could hate that.
You're right. There's no way. 0% of the ways.
All right, so there's the Dark Depths.
There's too many haste creatures in Josh's deck to give up the Glacial Chasm loop. Right?
Yeah, he's at 1. Yeah, like, there's no way Josh doesn't have a burn spell. The second that Glacial Chasm's gone, done.
Yeah. And it sucks for Paul because he's not able to advance this. What did he just draw here? I'm guessing a stage is a maze. No, stage is Glacial Chasm.
Glacial Chasm. That's why I have it pulled up on the screen, Jeff.
Just so everyone remembers. It's our reminder text.
It is. These Thespian stages are representing a Glacial Chasm loop. That is why Paul is at 1 life.
And still not dead.
And still not dead. Here he goes again.
Here he goes. Here he goes again. Oh.
Exploration gets milled.
Whoa, that's a thing. That's a card that can be milled right there.
Let's see what the other card...
It looks like there's 2 lands.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't really matter what the lands are, because Life from Loam just says draw 3 land cards. Pay 2 mana, draw 3 land cards. He's just going to get a Thespian stage. It's like, I've got too many land cards in my hand. Let me play this Thespian stage. Okay, Josh.
If Josh could find a Force of Will or 2, I wonder if it would be enough to keep a Thespian stage coming back.
From coming back, you're saying?
Yeah, from coming back, sorry.
Maybe.
You gotta ponder.
I mean, Wasteland Plus.
Do we know how many Thespian stages Paul has? Does he have more than 1 Thespian stage in hand?
Let me go and get that information.
You don't. No, you don't have to. It's fine. I was just
see,
wondering if we knew.
Can't see from here how many he has. I'm pretty sure he put a Glacial Chasm into his hand, though, at some point recently. There goes a Crop Rotation and another Exploration and a Dark Depths. That's at least 2 explorations down. I mean, that's not great. And here's the loop. You've demonstrated a very good loop, Paul. Eventually, you're going to deck yourself. And
eventually, we're going to go to time.
Yeah, he's going to deck. He should deck himself before he wrecks himself.
Well, like, what is it exactly that he's waiting for? Because
at this point, he's just going to deck himself.
That's how I feel. Like, what he has to be trying to go for something, right?
Delver player looks real good here. Force Fluster, even at days, is really good. So at 3 stages, you can skip 1 turn of Loam, right? Maybe. It just goes to time. You're right, Perry Interpost. It doesn't actually win. It just goes to time. That's all I know how to do. I don't think at a GP...
Say that to the amount of times that I've like died on turn 2 or 3 by Mr. Echo MTG here. Chat. I distinctly remember dying on turn 2 after being mana bonded on turn 1. I'm sure Ray would remember something like that happening.
Josh is like, okay, I'm just gonna keep drawing cards. Like, you're at what, 12 or 15 cards left in your deck right now at this point? Like, what can Paul do? This is almost like, it's kind of just frustrating for me to watch. Well, we get to see his hand. 2 Ghost Quarters, Glacial Chasm, Depths, Maze, okay. Drawing or killing someone turn 2. Well, there's 3 more lands. Now Paul's going to count his deck. and shuffle it up.
Okay.
He's going to pick it up and say, well, I can't win from here.
Good on Joshua for not like conceding, right? Just because a loop had been demonstrated doesn't mean you can actually like do something else. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so that'll do it for Joshua.
Lone Manamon, Diamond, 3 land was the hand.
All right, so we're taking a look at our backup match here. We've got
Josh can't ask us for a recall to kill Paul. That'd be great.
Yeah, wouldn't it though? Yeah, Lone Manamon, Diamond, 3 lands was the hand. Yeah, it was silly, Ray.
Chalice
I cried a little.
1.
It was nothing personal, but I just cried, you know? Sometimes you just need that cry.
Just we can chat through it.
OBS connection successful.
Okay, so we should be going back live here momentarily. So we should be live here in a second. There we go. Now. The lands killed the stream. No! No, it was actually just the Marsh casualties. They just didn't realize that we're a Steel Overseer as well.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Not sure why the stream, why OBS just quit on us there for a second, but just took a moment.
It was the Marsh casualties.
The Marsh casualties killing 2 Steel Overseer was just too much.
Yeah, because we're Steel Overseers.
Your mom plays Blue chimes in. Lance kills everything.
Well, someone was playing Affinity. Where'd the robots go? Robots got Marsh casualties.
All right, so the fact that I feel like Josh and Paul are just gonna like take another super long match, I kind of don't hate staying over here. Although it doesn't look like a whole lot's going on though.
We'll definitely follow what's going on in the other one.
Where'd the robots go? Yeah, someone is playing Affinity. It looks like they're 2-1 right now, trying to get their third victory. Spoiler: Delver might win. From this spot, I think so. Is Chalice on 0?
Chalice was on 1. Was it flickered or something?
I have no idea.
The first Chalice got hit, and yes, this Chalice is on 0.
Interesting.
Yep.
What caused
Spoiler
0 that Terry would play?
I think Chris is just playing a card because he can.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, he's only seen Sultai stuff, so he might think it's shardless. Like, that's potential. But even still. We have an echo. Just pop the mic on and off. Double check that our sound volume is still where it's supposed to be. Okay. That should fix it. Let us know if you still hear an echo. What an autopilot play.
Cell Planet, thank you for the follow.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Whip Flare. Taking care of Delver. And then Goyf just swings in for the win. Picks it up. Oh, that's probably the match. I'm thinking the Delver got it. Let's see. Show us your echo. Oh, you have an echo.
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Ray.
You guys are all ruining my life.
And here Alan's like, sounds good now. Haha.
Toyota Echo. Let's try that.
All right, let's take a look at what's going on our other table. Looks like something just started happening. Well, this seems like a fast start that Joshua won't be able to deal with very well. What do you think? Turn 1 exploration, turn 2 sphere of resistance.
That's pretty bad for the Delver player. I mean, Paul has such a good start here.
Molten Vortex.
Exploration, Mox Diamond, yeah. Oh, what else can I play? Just everything? Okay. Seems good.
Amazon stole your brand. How could they? Unbelievable.
Amazon.
Well, Lance has this one.
Nope, all turn 1.
Oh yeah, it was all turn 1, huh?
No. The multiple vortex just came down turn 2.
Oh yeah, turn 2. Yeah. The sphere resistance
Because it was Mox Diamond, Exploration, Land, Sphere Resistance.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
So it's pretty good turn 1.
I think so.
You're gonna call it a night early flight in the morning. Okay, you're right, Jeff. I accept your apology. Just say 10 Hail Marys and you can't leave the stream until you say forgive me, streamers, for I have sinned. It has been 3 minutes since your last stream. Fly safe and good night.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you have a safe trip. Yeah, right. You 6 out of 7 cards on your turn 1. No cantrips. Seriously, that is value. No kidding. And welcome, Ziggy. I don't know if I welcomed you to the chat earlier.
Ziggy 777. He's got a good number in his name.
777.
777. Use 6/7 cards. Inhabit on turn 1. No cantrips. Value. Yep. But he meant hand. In hand on turn 1.
Yep, that's pretty ridiculous.
I do like the play that, or the hand that we were talking about that's low mana bond, diamond, 3 lands.
Ugh.
Doesn't matter what the lands are, just win. It's how people say fly safe, and the person they're saying it to is rarely the one in control of said flight.
It is funny how people say that, but it doesn't get rid of the whole thing. That it's more like I hope the flight goes well, right? That's really what people are trying to say.
It's true. Be safe. Usually, I say travel safe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not so much that they can control everything that's going on, but like be aware and make good choices. Make good choices. Remember who you are.
It sounds better than don't die. Exactly.
I definitely say that to people though.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't die.
You can only really say that to people you know well, though, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
I definitely not say it to strangers. Mm. Don't die.
All right, well, don't die. I'd be like, why would you say that?
What do you know that I do?
Yeah, exactly.
I must see here. I see your future. If you have a final destination, let me get off the plane. There you go. Whether or not you live or die.
Wise words from Jordan.
Wise words. You're right, Jorgensen. Yeah, I live right. I know you have no control over whether or not you live or die in your cloud bus. But I hope it works out for you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, settle down. Settle down. So some things have happened. I don't think much needs to be said about it. Life from the Loam has presented a loop with Ghost Quarter. Eventually there will be no more lands for Joshua to get.
Well, I mean, he's just showing off.
Yeah.
Paul's just showing off at this point. These kids went out like heroes.
Alan, you're in timeout. Those kids went out like heroes. You guys are awful.
Just put them all on time. Let's just time everyone out. I'm just kidding. We're not going to time everyone out right now, guys. Just calm yourselves, okay? Land player has no soul, nothing new to see here. Yeah, the one player board game in a box. Only $4,000. Yours now.
It's okay. There's cookies in timeout. No, not this time, Alan. I ate the cookies. I have the belly to show for it. I promise. Put me in the corner. I dare you. Oh man. It's always round 4 when everybody's just like, okay. This is a family stream. Lands may cost $4,000, but Monopoly will cost you your friends and your family. Good comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds like a better deal.
You'd rather play lands than have everything unlocked in Battlefront 2.
Well, considering I've been trying to get rid of my friends and family for years, I really should purchase Monopoly.
Yeah, okay. You can borrow any of the copies that I have at home.
Okay. Is there a Pokemon version?
There is a Pokemon version.
Oh,
I don't own it, but there is a Pokemon version. Hey, look, we found Punishing Fire.
Let's be real. You'd rather play lands than have everything unlocked in Battlefront 2. I agree.
Lands also cost you Pactus partners. You ever find someone willing to play versus lands for 6 hours? It's like 3 games tops. As long as I'm not playing Delver, I'm down.
Oh, man. Have you considered putting your family on Final Destination Airlines? No, I haven't. I haven't considered that. But now that you mention it, the consideration is being made. Sarcastically.
Kyra's good at what he does. I guess is the ex-Miracle player. I don't know if Ray is a fully ex-Miracles player, though. Like, I don't think any Miracles player worth their salt has actually just given up the deck. Everyone still, like, kind of just has it there. And they're like, oh, I'm not playing it right now, but I still have it. I love this Soul Read, by the way. This one that just popped up. It's probably got Parasitic Pillar in hand. 2 of them. Shame concede.
That seems pretty good against a deck that's playing alone.
Yep. New build like an hour ago. Yeah.
Yep. We did see that.
Final Destination Airlines. We'll get you to destination whether you want to go there or not. See? Ray's in remission. It's okay. You can get through this. I don't think you can treat miracles like cancer, though. That just seems blasphemous.
That it does.
Okay, Paul, stop. Please just stop. Just kill him already.
Oh my goodness. Like, I wonder if they're going to have enough time for a game 3. The round
they
should
have
be
8 minutes left.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Right?
No, they have 6 minutes left.
Yeah, they have 6 minutes left.
They have 6 minutes left, and here Paul's like, all right.
We're just going to draw today.
Just going to start attacking with this here Mistress Factory. 6 more turns.
You freaking have... He's got Punishing Fire in his bin and Molten Vortex. It's like...
He should be able to finish the game quite quickly, but I doubt there's going to be a time for a game.
He burned his tops to the altar that all Miracles players built together at the GP. That's fine. You don't need tops.
I actually sold a couple Sensei's Dividing Tops today, so not all of them got burned.
Most of the top Miracle players actually got a group shot together at Vegas. Lots of tears. It's true. It's okay. They'll flip a coin to see who wins. Wait, Judge? There's actually a thread. I've been kind of reading this as we've been waiting for Paul to just win.
Guys, Price of Progress just came down. Threatening to put Paul to 1. It dealt 16 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 non-basic lands.
Did Paul just lose a game because he was just dinking around?
If there's no crop rot, then yeah.
Well, he needs... I mean, Sphere of Resistance, whatever Josh wants to play, costs 2.
Ray's just laughing. Fire Blast you.
Pay 1, sacrifice 2 mountains. Fire Blast you.
That'll do it.
Well, what's Paul? Like, Paul had the win for like 6 turns and just left it.
Wow. Joshua has gone undefeated in 2 straight tournaments with this Blue Red Delver deck.
Got him.
Wow. They always hashtag they always have it. Brian goes out there and goes, "What were you doing? You had the win right there." Oh my goodness. All right. Well, Brian's not next to me, but I'd love it if I'm gonna give you guys a couple plugs real quick before I end the stream. Please check out our Patreon. It's got all of our new tokens coming up from Cats and Cantrips, and definitely check out our website as well. Joke's on you, I had sided out all my dark depths. Brian. Yes, Plinko time. Yes. You played great until the whole try to lock your burn opponent while they can still kill you thing. Yeah. You really did though. But yeah, the 2 links I sent, it was our Patreon page for our Cats and Cantrips tokens. They are adorable. Check them out. We just got Merit Lage put up, and some Knight Allies and some other sweet ones. So take a look at that. Our website is up, so if you're looking for board games, we have all those in stock, and we'll be getting our tokens on our website very soon, as well as singles. So stay up to date on that. Another thing to mention, our symposium is coming up on Saturday. That'll start at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I know that quite a few of you will be here. It's a 1K event. Lots of legacy. There will be a cut to top 8. Competitive REL. It's going to be fantastic. And then following that, starting at midnight on the 31st, we will start our 24-hour stream. We're going to have all sorts of players from our community come and kind of spotlight the decks that they are competent with, and we'll have a lot of cube as well. All right, time for some legacy leagues for sure. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Not sure where Brian went, but I'm sure that he would say the same. But Hell Heroes, appreciate you all being here, and throw us a follow if you have not.
Yep.
Oh. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.